Welcome back to Steam-Powered Scoundrels, a Malifaux podcast, episode 70, Cult Smash.
Let's just get going because I gotta continue studying. So no cold open this time.
That one guy will be happy.
At least three times I've said it, and we end up getting distracted anyways. So
I mean,
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna stay on task.
Are
this
we?
time.
No, we're not.
We will not.
Well, welcome back to Steam-Powered Scoundrels.
I've been trying to stay on task.
I'm your host, Douglas Scoundrels. Not your foreman, though. That's a different thing. What?
God, I love that you have to
Not
bring
only
it
are
up.
we traumatized
you're
by
not wrong.
Squadcast, Doug is traumatized by the 2 times he almost accidentally introduced Steam-Powered Scoundrels by calling himself the foreman.
I mean, I could just do that. That could just be my
You could.
thing from now on.
You
Could just
could.
be your role.
Like, nobody's gonna stop you.
Whoops.
It's your podcast.
Who's going to stop? Yeah, no one's going to stop me.
you get to decide the
And
format.
that way I'll never be wrong. Speaking of format, like, we gotta do a palette cleanser before we do the fluff episode.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
we could put...
Yeah, it's time for a photo down.
Vic's gonna do a Mapilo
Fort Authority.
Even better.
Fuck. I haven't drank anything yet. And then we'll probably
That's the
also
problem,
do
you're too dry.
a photo just because it's fun.
I mean, bowdowns are fun and easy, so.
Yeah. We could also possibly record butts and see if that's something we can turn into.
Make into content.
Yeah, possible. But yeah, we'll eventually get to Ash's fluff before Gen Con. That's my promise.
You think people want to hear us do a thing called butts? You think people would listen to that?
People want us. They listen to us do butts every day.
Man, I want to hear what theme song we find for that.
Just something with banjos.
Yep. Kevin McLeod's
He's
gonna have
got it.
something for that.
We'll find Mr. McLeod.
It's the law.
and-
Excuse me, Mr. McLeod. Big fans
Please.
of your work.
Can we record your farts for fair use?
Wait. We need
How musical can you make them?
you to score our butts.
Kinky.
Welcome back to Steam Scotch.
We're not going to get off topic, he
We
said.
got there.
We're going to jump right into the episode, he
I
said.
lied.
No, I think negative people believed
We're
that.
not going to have a cold open, he said.
The only
It was a ruse.
The only people that believed that were the villainous anti-people that don't not exist.
What?
Okay. Exactly.
Just like robot assassination
Right.
toasters?
We're doing our Ashes and Malifaux review this time, finishing off with like the biggest faction and the smallest faction as far as models introduced, and part of that is fucking Big Morning's fault. Thank you.
And Von Stuck.
And Von Stuck.
Shared responsibility.
But yeah, we'll be doing the Resurrectionists, and then the Explorer Society, and we'll be done. Thankfully.
I mean,
'Cause, well, I enjoy-
to be fair to us,
What?
we got like basically no models last year. So don't stick your tongue out at me.
That's fair.
It's a valid. I'm right.
Okay. Fine.
Was the Nugget Man not good enough for you?
I'm sorry I forgot about Mr. McNugget.
Gwill, for the curious listeners. Gwill is the Nugget Man.
Someone brought some
Seems about
McNuggets
right.
over from Earthside back during the first breach, and then they dropped one in like the bayou, and it just grew
Ah, yes.
from there.
Ah, yes, McNuggets famously around in the 1700s.
Yes, McNuggets, famous invasive species. The McNugget.
Karina.
Fair.
Yep.
Fair.
Karina.
Reasonable.
Okay. Yeah, we can just start with Resers. Is there anything else we can talk? Oh, good things happen. Please, yeah, donate, show up. Should have some artwork, photographs of some of the prizes we'll be raffling off. Come hang out with the Scoundrels and fight children's cancer while you're at it, please. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
What's up?
We will have links in the show
notes.
notes.
I'm relatively certain the Discord link in the show note is the dead one. I'll fix that someday.
Fix it this next episode. This episode.
Someday.
That'll be the someday, maybe. Someone reminds me. Okay. Now we got that out of the way. Let's talk about Resurrectionists and their new models. Their plethora of new models. They're plethrable of
Green.
definitely fuckable new models. Speaking of fuckable new models,
No.
Facts. Let's go.
Strange Lady.
Oh, are we? We're jumping right to.
Okay, we're cheating.
We're not. We're not.
Sounds like Tower Path to me, but okay.
That was a bait and a switch. We'll talk about the leftovers. Ugh.
I love
You-
this thing.
It's a goopy boy.
You have loved every single model that's had multiple mouths.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I see 9 in the artwork.
I'm thinking Nate has a type.
Yeah.
I didn't come to Steam Powered Scoundrels to be judged, Victoria.
Well, too bad.
With a big
Nate,
Fair enough.
Nate cut his teeth on writing Hydra fanfiction. The Leftovers is a model. It is
multiple
it
models.
is like literal resurrectionist sewer waste
Ugh.
that just clogged up and eventually became sentient, which is so gross.
This is the Malifaux equivalent of like a fatberg in a sewer made out of human bits. If you don't know what a fatberg is, go Google it. I hope you didn't either recently.
Yeah. It's
I don't want to know.
experimental and transmortus. It costs 4 defense, 5 willpower, 5 moves, size 3. Bloated Stench, which is gonna put out a little bit of poison. Hooray for McMorning, although that's not bad in Transmortus. Poison's never a bad thing. Unless you're fighting experimental or try, I guess.
Yeah, and you probably just don't bring it into those matchups. This is a model that has like it'll show up some places and it won't show up others, which is good.
I quick revert back to the fluff. I do appreciate that both the Von Stuck and McMorning don't realize that this is their fault, but they'll use it anyways.
I like the description of squish around the place, but also
You just squish
the
around.
thought of a flesh Katamari is not great.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
Ugh, so wonderful.
That would be actually kind of cool if it had some sort of ability where someone could push it around Katamari style. Sad. I just realized this.
It's a self-propelled Katamari.
Oh, the little guy's just he's under there.
How many rats do you think are stuck in there?
Oh. Ugh.
Ooh.
They must be having the times of their lives.
A concerning amount.
I realize that this is reminding me heavily of like the end bestiary model for the 10 Thunders expansion of Through the Breach. Like the descriptions
Yeah.
are oddly similar. The new Peppo. Anyways, back to the model. We got a ways to go. Stop getting distracted. Demise bisected. After this model is killed by an enemy model, it heals 4 and is replaced with 2 bisection models. futile struggle, which is going to piss some people off, which is great because this thing is like, it's not unkillable. It's pretty easily killable. It's just there to be a huge pain in the ass until it dies
Tar pit.
a lot.
Until it dies 7 times.
Until it dies 7 times. Yes, this says the models may not move from effects other than the disengage action, which, yeah, it's gonna suck.
Yep.
It's gonna suck for like butterfly jump. It's gonna suck for, and it's probably like what weird kind of intended staggered to be, but there's so much self movement in the game that staggered is iffy as far as its effectiveness. And I like it. I hope it shows up on more models, just not things that are like impossible to kill. Hard to wound. That's all it has for defenses. Innate wounds is equals to its cost. Also, perverse metabolism. So a little bit of healing.
Yeah.
On the back, another mouth to feed. How many mouths does it have? A lot. 246.
At least 9.
246 damage track, which I feel. Wait, does another mouth feed already? Oh, is that what's her face?
Yeah, that's Asami.
Okay.
Yep. That's her back
I was
mouth.
like, this is a fairly common damage trick. Why would they just come up with it's not new?
Not the back mouth.
Not the back. This thing has 8 back mouths.
Where's the back?
Yes.
That we can see.
246 damage track, accidental rollover and daze, hooray stuns. Lecture notes.
Yep.
What?
The visual of this thing delivering its lecture notes. What? Explain.
What?
Also, it's lecture notes with on your heels, so that's nice.
I get the on your heels part. That makes a lot of sense.
Ooh.
But lecture notes, again, how? Jonathan Weird, explain yourself.
I mean, I guess it makes as much sense as any of the rest of Von Stuck's students delivering lecture notes, and this is the remains of said students.
This is that they're students. This is not a student.
This was students.
There, you can be a student and still be a what's the word? Assistant?
A TA?
Yeah.
But also,
TA, thank you. Yes.
the leftovers are the ones that flunked.
Oh.
They're also the experiments.
Fair.
Yeah, also this is just assuming that it's going to be run in Von Stuck. You also have to explain how the hell it's doing this in McMorning. I know. It's obviously just I'm not going to think about it too hard. Someone else could, you out there on the internet, explain to us, give us your best awful reason why these things can do lecture notes, please.
Are your best leftovers delivering lecture notes fan fiction?
Oozing mass. Once per activation, pushes model 6s in a direction. Ignoring models. Models move through this way must pass TN12. Move dual or gain poison to models that share a keyword. With this model may ignore the effects of this action. So this is, that's pretty good. I mean, I'm sure you're going to just roll over your own stuff in a McMorning crew and gleefully take the poison.
Yeah,
too.
for sure. Yeah, I will happily take all of that poison.
Thank you very much.
Roll over me, leftovers, daddy.
Ugh.
This is the Katamari bit. Yo. Do you imagine this thing just like slopping over 10 people?
I can...
There's a little wetter than they were before.
Actually, it's like the most disgusting snail trail it leaves behind, which, you know what, that's where the lecture notes come in. They're just sort of like falling out of the ooze.
It's like divination.
And rinse its smell until the unfades enemy models within 4 inches suffer negative to action starting models other than this model. So you set up a way for it to just soak up a bunch of damage. Hooray. It's pretty simple. Do we have any sort of like, this is an amazing trick, actually? It's got a pinwheel. I just saw that.
Yeah, it has a little pinwheel in the actual card art. I don't know. I'm excited to try this thing with McMorning. Just especially McMorning 2, where you can staple some upgrades on it and see what happens.
Ugh.
Give it some extra legs. Extra arm, maybe.
Oh, God. Okay.
Only good things.
Only good things.
extra head.
I just realized something. You can summon this thing, can't you?
I don't think so because it's
Oh, it's only
you
minions.
can't summon this one.
It's
You
a
can summon
bisections,
the
though.
Von Stuck can summon bisections and last fights,
Okay. Still makes no fucking sense.
which is
but
interesting. Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm just being a whiny little bitch. Let's move on to bisection. Yeah. Wait, no, Victoria. That's for pass.
I don't think I've ever passed anything as hard as I'm going to pass this.
Fair.
Considering its origin, it's already been passed.
Well, it's double passed now.
Oof.
Perhaps
Multi-pass.
I was making a sewer joke, but okay. Bisections. Which is what happens when you kill the leftovers, assuming you have no way to remove demise.
Well, so being fair here, the thing about that demise is specifically after it is killed by an enemy model. So if you can obey one of that crew's models to kill it, it will not drop bisection.
Yay.
Or like if it dies to conditions. So there are ways around that demise for all of these models.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That's good.
Back to bisections. It gets smarter somehow, according to the fluff. Which
There's less matter to try to brain over.
yeah,
It's also more
Less mouths.
person-shaped.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't know about
6,
that,
less
but it's more
teeth,
person-shaped.
but probably the same amount of mouths.
Mm.
I actually would assume with that fluff that it would be the one with willpower 4 and the leftovers willpower 5 and leftovers would be willpower 4, but I guess you gotta balance. Stupid balance getting in the way of fluff. Grr.
Right.
Bisection, cost 5, minion 2, construct. Leftovers is also a const. How?
There's enough metal bits jammed in there.
The stitches also just everything in
Oh,
Transportus
I
needs
got
to
it.
be
And
constructs, I guess.
It's like a reverse stitch together.
It's like a flesh
all
construct. but
All the
glued.
construct is on the inside, and all the gross goop bits are on the outside.
Got metal bones.
Yeah, there we go. Good enough for me. Moving on. 4 defense, 4 willpower, 4 move, size 2, bloated stench, demise quartered, which means this thing also replaces Hooray Hard to Wound. Part of the whole, this model cannot be hired, and perverse metabolism, almost the exact same front of card as leftovers, back of card, revolting swipe. 2, 3, 4 damage track with a built-in infect. Throw your arm at him, which I'm assuming this is something that Von Stuck can use? Because why is he producing...
McMorning.
Oh, really?
McMorning likes that, actually. Because, again, McMorning 2, that is going to be stuff you can use to add extra upgrades to your guys. But sometimes scrap is one of the harder ones to get a hold of.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. And then forcing a discard. Lecture notes, which makes more sense on this one. It's the smart boy. and oozing mass, another oozing mass. Blech.
They all have oozing mass.
This also went down to a
Yes.
40 mil.
Fair. That makes a lot of sense. So this is, again, very, very similar to the leftovers, and the idea being is just keep splitting like an annoying JRPG enemy.
The slime. Yep.
It's fucking slime. Just keep splitting up, and you have to keep killing the thing, which is probably going to be beneficial to some opponents, so you got to be really careful with hiring this thing in. But I feel like but you said McMorning 2 gets used out of the scrap markers. It almost seems like you want these guys over the original leftovers, but he can't hire them.
Yeah, I mean, I still think the leftovers is good enough that you just kind of missile it in, and then, if you get the extra scrap from the bisections, you're not going to be mad about it. Usually, and especially because they're constructs, even at the leftover level, you can get the scrap that way.
Mm.
From his trigger, where he can drop a marker based on a marker you would drop when you're killed. but getting more out there. Plus,
okay,
throw
that
your arm
makes
into this
sense.
extra damage as well. So,
All right, fair. Victoria, does the lack of teeth change your opinion at all?
It does not. I am also going to pass on this.
Okay.
I concur.
Last bite, which is almost kind of cute a little bit.
they're a little
They're a
cute.
little-
in
Yeah,
their-
kinda.
In their
Just-
way.
Tiny bit. Another Move Zero model.
Move 0. I
Move
love it.
Zero, last bite, cost of 2, minion 4, because you field 2 bisections, which turn into 2 last bites. Construct Undead, more bloated stench, more part of the whole, more perverse metabolism. Not hard to wound somehow. It's
I mean, it wouldn't save them.
oh come
I
on.
think the pile of goo you can step on is not hard to wound.
True.
There's a certain point, a certain mass you reach where you're no longer hard to wound.
You just splat.
Do you would know what would be annoying as hell though?
What's that? Hard to kill?
Hard to kill.
Ugh.
You know what? Given this is Transmortis, I'm surprised it's not.
Yeah, why is it not like armor 1 and
Armor 2 hard to
armor
kill.
2 hard to kill with 3 health? And then let's just give it vengeance. Just
Yeah,
'cause
why not?
I'm not better. Something I do want to point out though, you never actually like see the actual background to the card art. Unlike most
Yeah, it's like a
models, it's like,
graveyard.
oh, so probably most of these are themed. I just never realized it because I doubt.
Yeah.
The other factions are going to have also graveyards. So
Something, yeah, no, they all have something different. I have seen, like, there's some models where there's more showing, but yeah, you rarely get to see this much of it.
a backup card, projectile vomit.
Of that.
Stat 4, which is almost too good for a 2-cost model, but I guess again you can't hire it, and why the hell would you want to hire it?
Yeah.
But still, Jesus, a 1 on severe, 1 triple blast, which is not that hard to do, especially if you can focus with them. Putting out distracted and poison 1, which could affect the majority of an opposing crew in certain situations. Anyways, oozing mass.
So-
It can move. Never mind.
Yeah, it can move 6 once per turn, or once per activation.
Fucking oozing mass. Holy shit.
It's dope.
No, just the idea of like you eventually getting 4 of these things and the
They just
the amount of poison you could put on your models, making perverse metabolism and heal their entire ass.
Yep. One whole ass healed.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah. I guess good that these things can't be hired because otherwise I'd be kind of mad. Okay, and see no evil. Sorry. 2-inch aura until the end phase. Enemy models within range cannot take in or actions and are ignored for enemy schemes and strategies. So this model, we'll just consider it to be all one model, is just to be annoying as fuck, and also, if left to its own devices, providing just an absurd amount of poison to a McMorning crew, and honestly, an absurd amount of poison onto your crew too. It can just because it's always a TN12.
And ultimately, even
You know,
once you
it's-
get down to the last bite, like that's still a significant model. It can go move 6 inches and run a scheme or
Fuck.
hold a strat. Well, that's the thing, is because it starts as a significant model and replaces down, mechanically they can't make it an insignificant model because, like, especially some of the older strategies, that would almost make it an unscorable model. But yeah,
Mhm.
it also has the fact of, oh, suddenly my 8 stones that I hired at the start of the game is now 4 separate significant models that are easy as piss to kill, but if you don't catch them, they're just going to zip off and go do something.
There's a lot of space on that front of card. You could give them a different ability that effectively makes them insignificant without calling them insignificant.
Which is fair.
Better stuff to do.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
That would at least stop them from scheming.
Last thing,
Yeah.
I find this absolutely unforgivable. Jonathan Weird, you could have called them Jiggly Whatsits.
It's at least in the actual lore bit, so you know they got it in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone definitely wants it in
Okay.
there.
Do we need to ask the question to Victoria before we move on?
I don't
No.
think we need to ask at this point.
No, we're gonna pass on
Moving
on
on
the
to a
last
definite
bites
smash.
as well. Although they are very cute, so like
so
a
cute.
pet situation is
Mhm.
not
Yeah,
impossible.
as like a Reser pet, absolutely 100%. A little last blight like squishing
Yeah.
around behind you, adorable.
Yeah, just don't leave the one pictured
haven't-
in a Death
I
Star
haven't
trash
looked at the
compactor.
other 3 of them, and I gotta go to the app now. I don't know.
I mean,
what the other 3
ideally,
look
you don't
like.
leave any of them in trash
Oh.
compactor, but
Or the other bisection, but I care less.
It's probably like a
I'm not a
it's
Reser
probably like a
player. I
massage
leave
to
them in
them.
trash compactor.
Oh god, the other bisection's actually kind of
That's
cool.
fair.
Oh.
is it?
Yeah, oh god, this one. Okay, this is like the Last Bite 2 has teeth. He's a little creepier. Last Bite 3 is a hand, and Last Bite 4 has the most teeth. I see why they chose Last Bite 1 for the art for the book, because the other ones are
No, Last Bite.
a little less cute.
Last Bite 3 is just a hand. It's
just a hand.
It's just Thing from
Hold
the
on a
Addams
second.
family.
I have to revert back to previous episode Smash or Pass choices. Last Bite 3, huh? It's only me this time, but however.
Moving on. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
I don't expect to live,
The
but yes.
Strange Lady, which is old artwork, if I recall correctly.
Oh, is it?
I could swear I've seen her before. Anyways, she apparently just showed up in Stranger's Keep one day and kind of started a cult.
Neat.
As you do.
One of the
She
best
is
places to start a cult.
effectively what you think of in pop culture a Medusa to be. And it sounds like, at least we learn from the Keepside Strangers lore, she's looking for the Gorgonsteer. My bad.
Tear.
Yep, the
Yeah.
Gorgonsteer.
You know,
Which
The
what's
what?
another
What?
word for
Yeah.
Medusa,
Yeah.
for
The what
instance?
now?
can't imagine why she would want the Soul Stone with the
The
Gorgon
what?
hat. No. No. It's fine. It's fine. This is fine. It's cool that she's hanging out with Seamus.
It's certainly
and
not a
Molly.
bad thing.
Anyways, cost 10. Big
Yeah.
Big henchman. Henchman living Forgotten Red Chapel. This is Forgotten Red Chapel keyword. Didn't get that from Nate's comment. Molly and Seamus. I am relatively certain she is not telling either of them that she is working for the other. I do not think either of
Yeah.
those two would enjoy that information.
Also, is she the second henchman for both of them?
Yeah, I think so. I think Molly's only got Philip. Seamus only has Sybil.
Seamus only has
Huh.
Sybil.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good job, Weird.
All right.
Defense 6, willpower 6, move 5, size 2. Pretty good overall.
It's that.
Cloying darkness enemy models with poison that start their activation within 6 inches, gain distracted +1. Fuck. That's good. Fading, mind read. If this model's cards are any cards, it may reveal one random card at the opponent's control hand. Hard to kill. Kiss of Death. This model has 3 or fewer cards in its control hand. It receives masks to its final dual totals. And Terrifying Gaze. After the model within 6 inches declares an action outside of its own activation, this model may discard a card to have that action immediately fail. That's cool. I don't want to hate it, even though I would probably hate it as an
Yeah.
Ironsides player, but
It's fair.
it's a cool ability. It's a really cool ability, and so is Cloying Darkness, and I think that is well balanced by the fact that her really only defense is the 6/6. She's got hard to kill, but other than that, she's going to die pretty quickly if you concentrate on her.
And stones, because henchmen.
In stones.
But
Yeah.
I would consider like burning through soul stones to be somewhat beneficial to
Burning
your crew.
resource, yeah.
It's not going elsewhere
Yeah.
that your opponent might want to go. Anything about front of card? We move on to the next. The back of card. Gorgon's Kiss.
Seems
1
reasonable.
inch attack, stat 6, willpower. Our target suffers 2, 3, 4 damage and gains poison 1. She's probably just, sadly, probably not kissing you. It's probably like a hair snake thing,
Yeah, it's a snake kiss, probably.
which,
Unfortunate.
I'm kind of okay with. The finisher, when resolving, the target suffers +1 damage for each condition on it to a maximum of 2 inches, and I'm assuming because of order of operations, that is a guaranteed +1 at least. Yes? Okay, because you give them the poison, and then finisher
Yes.
goes off, so they at least have poison on them. Cool. And
Because that's not a
No,
cost
because
for the
it's
trigger.
modifying
If
the
it was a cost for a
damage
trigger,
track.
we'd have a different conversation.
The damage happens first.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, you're right.
So
Yeah,
no,
when
she can
resolving.
get it on her second attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, she has onslaught, so you'll probably have 2 poison by the time she gets to her actual second AP.
Oh, yeah, because of fucking Kiss of Death.
And she has onslaught, by
And
the way.
she has onslaught, and she's got an obey as well. Obeys are crazy good. Infectious its target suffers 1 damage and gains poison 1. That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Gonna be hard to get off unless you have Kiss of Death going. And again, if you have 3 or fewer cards in your hand, it's going to be slightly harder to get what you want. So there's that nice little risk reward out of it, unless I'm missing something from Molly or Seamus.
The one thing in Red Chapel is if you're engaged with any of like the Bells or Sybil, you're going to be on negatives to willpower duels generated by other models. So you'll be on negatives to resist the willpower. So she can probably throw like just an 8 of whatever suit to get what she wants. Or if she's attacking you with her melee that she resists on willpower, you'll be on a negative to resist that.
That
So
makes a lot of sense. That's pretty cool.
you can set her up. She can do a lot potentially.
Healing Dark. Target heals an amount equal to the difference in number of cards in his control hand and maximum hand size to a maximum of 3. So again, if you are getting Kiss of Death off, then you are healing 3 on target model. Again, you also want Kiss of Death to get that free mask in there. And Draw Out Secrets was nice. I like this card.
Yeah, it's simple, but it all kind of works. It's very interesting. I'll be interested to see her. And plus, this model is going to be fucking gorgeous. So,
Yeah. And again, like we've said in previous episodes, expensive enough that you're going to make decisions in what you hire. Like, you're not going to just slot into whatever engine in Molly or Seamus that you're already running. You have to remove something to get her to fit.
I feel like she is going to take a lot of finesse to do a lot of work, just because her entire card rides on Kiss of Death, more or less. And so it's really going to, like, she's going to be limited on when she can activate.
Yeah.
Which gives your opponent counterplay alongside her, just not being that hard to kill. Despite being hard to kill. Okay. Anything else before we move on? Oh, Victoria.
Smash.
Yeah. Yes. I would be worried if you said that.
Yeah.
I mean, come
Oh,
on.
look at her.
Look at
Look
her.
at her.
Like,
Look at her.
It would. It would be a good death, but yes.
I trust that
Okay.
she knows how to use those snakes.
I trust that she will kill me with those snakes. It's a sacrifice I am willing
Joke's
to
on
make.
you. I want to die. Keepside Strangers is the other Forgotten Red Chapel model. Then
Fucking
it's an
Adams family over here.
Enforcer, and I think it can be best
Okay.
described as the named version of a Kruligan.
Yeah. Enforcer Kruligan that Seamus can use.
Enforcer Living, 5/5, defense willpower, move 4, which no one gives a shit about. Size 2, Fading Fanatic, after this model discards any cards against shielded +1, hard to kill. 7 wounds equal to cost. Sidekick!
the reason
that's
nobody
gonna
cares
suck
it has
so
one move.
bad because fucking Seamus one now has a hanger on
A little buddy.
a little buddy
Yep.
on a 50 mil.
Or
So they
a family,
on a 50
a family of buddies, I guess.
so
Seamus has a cult.
Seamus 1 can teleport, do his shit, and then your opponent has 1 activation to react, and then Keepside Strangers can just body block to protect him. Which I'm not sure if that's worth the cost 7, but it's there. It's an option. Because size 2, 50 mil.
Yeah.
Okay, back a cart.
And then when they jump in, they will have shielded because of their fading.
Mhm.
So
Venomous Strike on the back of the card, 1 inch reach, stat 5 against defense, 2, 3, 4, plus poison 1. Blank Stare, which is also another one. Hey, discard a card, get more shielded. And Confused Feelings. I'm not sure where the Confused Feelings are coming in here, but not gonna complain. Handful of Snakes.
handful of snakes. It makes a return.
Yes, I want every faction to have this as an option.
Every faction should have someone who can toss snakes.
Yes. In fact, I want a minion. I don't care if it's like stat 4. I want a minion that can spin 3 up, which are just snakes flying everywhere.
Sounds like a Marcus minion.
I'm okay with it. Yes.
Absolutely.
like a Grunland Chimera model who can throw snakes.
Okay. No, this is going to be a Chimera Tri-Chi model, and they're going to be the Snake Fists.
Oh, fuck. I fuck with that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm into it. Let's go.
That's an old internet meme, if I recall correctly. Anyways, a handful of snakes, 2 blast, 3 blast, 3 blast damage. Models damaged by this action gain poison +1. And unexpected ferocity. So that could at least it's target. Thanks.
Potentially be 4/5/5.
I'm glad it's just target and not like models damage.
Yeah, you have to set that up, but
yeah,
it could be funny.
It seems like a reasonable thing to just sidekick teleport to Seamus, focus, throw snakes, probably get those blasts off, damage 2, 3, maybe even 4 models if you get that severe. For 3 + 1 of 4 damage, that's a net of at possibly 16, which again is Magic Christmas land, but the idea that your opponent's not really going to be able to stop you from doing this at least once. That's nuts. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The other thing you can do is after they jump in, you pick either one of their bonus actions, which is either when a friendly within Aura 6 discards, gain shielded 1, the friendly that discarded, or after an enemy within Aura 6 discards a card, gains distracted 1, and then depending on what you're doing, if you charge in and get blank stare, you're either getting shielded or they're getting distracted, depending on which one you picked.
Actually, wouldn't you put up Serene Silence first, because then your sidekick is generating you 2 shielded?
Well, you can't do that before sidekick, because sidekick's at the start of their activation. Yep. As fun as that would be.
But you're getting the shielded for free from doing sidekick because of their fading. So.
I hate being wrong.
And they have a Strange Lady specific trigger on Serene Silence.
Are you taking both of them?
Man, that's a high ask. Like, I don't know if you do. I could see it if you just kind of want to, but I don't know if most crews can fit both of those.
The rumblings online are to be true. Seamus doesn't have any good models, so
yeah, I guess Seamus can fit both of them potentially if you really wanted to, but especially because I think he appreciates sidekick more than Molly does, because Molly has Kruligans. But I guess what the strangers give you in Molly is a model with sidekick that then the Kruligans can jump to that model.
Yeah, neat. That is
like Archie goes forward, leaps up. Strangers jump 12 to Archie, move up 8 inches, and then Kruligans jump to Keepside Strangers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for the record, Seamus's crew is fine. They just don't work like they did last edition. And I think that's where most of the rumblings are coming from. Because they have more of a control play style this time, as opposed to bell bomb, murder everything.
I'm not even saying that they're right. I'm just like pointing out that there seems to be like the main complaint about Seamus. / the main complaint about Seamus is he's too good. He's either too bad or too good. Never in the middle. Does this make him too good?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't think so.
Again, I think you have to make decisions on what you're bringing, and that keeps it.
I don't think
good.
the Strangers or the Strange Lady. I mean, again, without having seen them really yet, I don't think they ultimately change the math too.
Okay.
Because you're altering your build enough to make things different. It's like the Strange Lady's 10. That's your emissary who's creating your jump points for Seamus 1, for instance. You're really creating a tight zone of points that you're trying to monkey with at that point.
One thing I will complain about this model is that you could have done adult grown-up versions of the Kruligans as the 3 models, and I thought that would have been super cool, but this is all right. They look good. But we've had Kruligans since like the start, so it'd be kind of funny if the original Kruligans grew up to be the Keepside.
They grew up
to be the Keepside Strangers. Yes, they're dead, and these guys are living, but don't think about it too hard. Somehow. Okay. Do we Victoria?
I want a cult smash.
Cult smash.
I respect that.
Yes, I'm game.
Nice.
They're a bit too creepy for me, but
This is the glowing eyes.
it's the child with the snake in her
Is that
sleeve.
a child or is that just a short woman?
Or a young woman, I don't know. Either way. The one in the back with the snake in her sleeve.
Yeah, that doesn't look
concerns
like a
me.
child to me. It just looks like a shorter woman than the front one.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Either way, whatever it ends up being, and also Mr. Mutton Chops is really, really. I don't know. He scares me.
I'm into the creepy though. So
He's very intense.
Yeah, that's fair.
Chick goes my truly. All right, moving on. These guys.
Yeah,
Fucking love these two.
The presumed Reser starter box, very probably.
Very probably. It's the fucking Reser starter box.
Yeah, it's a
Reser
Reser
starter. We all know. We all know. It would make 0 sense if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a fungal keyword, which is going to follow the pattern of all these starter boxes where it doesn't have a master or anything, but it's not the starter box. Haha.
It's just a random box. That seems likely.
Okay, Botch Anomaly is actually two people that existed in history. Hooray. I love actual historical references. They were alive roughly around the time of the first breach, too. Mycologists. They came over during the opening of the first breach. Some bad stuff happened, and now they are infested with mycelium.
Mushroom zombies.
Yeah. And like cuter versions of the clickers, is that what they're called?
Yeah, from Last of Us or whatever.
Yes, them.
Yeah, that's the ones.
And adorably so, they are fused together, which means that they're on the same base.
They're dancing.
They're dancing.
So cute.
Costate, henchman, undead, versatile, fungal. Their unique keyword. Defense 5, willpower 6. Move 5, size 2. Endless bolts after this model suffers damage from an enemy attack action and may push up to 3 inches in any direction. So less usable butterfly jump?
Yeah, because the push instead of a move.
Well, also, like,
And after you suffer damage, yeah.
yeah,
And it's specifically
Yeah,
after
butterfly jump
damage.
Here. Fruiting bodies, enemy models treat corpse and friendly ski markers within 8 inches of this model as severe terrain. That's neat. A little bit of annoyance. Hard to wound, regen 1. So, okay on the survivability scale. 8 wounds equal to cost. Bag of card, revolting swipe. 1 inch, stat 6, 2, 3, 4 damage, drain magic trigger that's not built in. Mushroom cloud. Mushroom. This action ignores concealment. If the target is in severe terrain, this action receives a positive flip to its dual tower. It suffers 2, 3 blast damage. Nice. Targeting move, too, which I feel like it's not something that's shown up a lot in Rezzers. Could be very wrong.
I think Jack Daw has a lot of that.
Oh, yeah, he's... See, the thing is...
He's the special
the
boy.
thing is, I've got Brian in my meta.
Yeah,
who only ever...
You think of him as
who
yellow.
only ever brings him in yellow, so... I forget Jack Daw's here now.
Yeah.
Okay, Spore Spurt. Why?
That's the spurt.
What the fuck named this?
The spurt.
6-inch unsigned stat 5 against defense. Target must discard a card if the target is engaged by a friendly fungal model. It gains distracted +1. Be careful, button! This trigger can only be declared if a friendly Oscar is within 6 inches of this model. After resolving the friendly Oscar, and this model gains shielded +1. That's a lot of words. But we've seen several times now that they're implementing specific synergies between two models in the starters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that makes a lot of sense. Like, Oscar would be a good target for this. Power of... What's up?
I was going to say, I was just doing a quick search in the app, and as far as that Mushroom Cloud attacking move, outside of Jack, there seems to be a decent amount of stagger factions, so that could work pretty nicely.
The Power of Dance, which I feel is probably the main reason you're taking these guys.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Friendly models within range heal 2. And is it just the duet?
So far, this is just on the duet.
Less useful in the duet, who's supposed to be like a fucking rocket, and there's not a lot of bunching in Performer, so this is probably just, I would consider, to be better.
Yeah, if you actually play it where the duet is hanging around and you're in an area, it's hell on wheels in Performer. But in most pools, if you want to hold an area, you're playing something that's not Performer.
Cordyceps,
this is cool on them.
Trigger any models within range must pass a TN12 willpower duel, or this model may move them up to 3 inches in any direction, ignoring severe terrain. Nice.
I do like that. I think we're seeing more offensive movement that is ignoring severe. Just because it's,
I think, especially
better,
specifically for them because they create it. Like,
yeah, that
pushes worse anti-synergy.
I wasn't like the decision to make pushes affected by severe not initially part of the Malifaux third ed design. I feel like it was one of the first like FAQ things that came out, and we were all like, "Oh, okay."
Or the beta or whatever.
Anyways, fancy feat. Yeah. Choose the 2 markers within range. Move the chosen markers to 3 inches in any direction, ignoring severe terrain. Who's this helping? Who's the marker play? That's Reva. Anyone else?
Yeah. Reva likes that. I mean, if you have mindless zombies, you can move them because you can treat them as corpses. Which is why I think it ignores severe terrain.
Yep. It's also just good for moving schemes. Like, oh, I put one down. And again, I want that over there
friendly
now.
Schemes and corpses are treated as severe terrain, so you can move them towards enemies. Then suddenly have to deal with that.
Okay. Do we have anything to say about them? I feel like the heal is the biggest reason you're taking them.
I think that's the most exciting thing.
Yeah, everything else
looks like a fun card.
Everything is nice, but nothing's going to be like, oh, I've got to have these guys. Well, I have to have them because they're fucking adorable.
Correct.
Speaking of fucking Victoria.
Bosch Anomaly?
Yeah.
Smash.
Okay. I'm a little afraid of
After watching Fallout, I agree.
Got that ghoul energy.
I've
You
seen
gotta
the
get him a
memes.
cowboy hat then.
I feel like Botch would wear a cowboy hat if you asked him to.
Well, the thing is, he's a model, so you can just do whatever you want to him.
Botch, played by Walton Goggins.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm game. I'm mildly scared what one would come away with after that interaction, but whatever. If you're going into
Get
Malifaux,
to be part of the mycelium.
if you're going into Malifaux, you're effectively just going to pick the way you
Yeah,
die,
pretty
and that's
much,
the best
yeah.
way you can go out.
I'm down to get infected with cordyceps or whatever it is.
I'm gonna get down with the
Yeah.
sickness.
There's
Yeah.
worse ways to go.
Cool. Oscar.
Hey, it's man thing.
It's Man Thing. The fucking
Or Swamp Thing,
Jacked
depending on which
Man
comics you prefer.
He's fucking
why is he
thick.
why is he so swole? Jesus.
He's a
But he's so cute. He's got a little mushroom flower.
Oh, mushroom flower. So he's a part of like the party of scientists that went with Botch Anomaly, and they all kind of sort of died. And they don't really know which one he is, so they just called him Oscar, and everyone loves him. Everyone loves Oscar.
Yeah, he's a big.
He's got a nickname of Button,
Aw.
which is a kind of mushroom. I see what you did there. Weird.
Yeah.
Oscar, cost 7, Enforcer Undead, Versatile Fungal. Defense 4, Willpower 5, Move 5, Size 3, 7 health equal to cost, Armor 1 and Hard to Wound. So, good stack of not dying.
Oh, he's a
very
Transmortis.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, sorry. No, he has one less wound.
and he's got defense of 4. I know one of the minions doesn't have the negative defense, which is
I think it's the Viscera has like a 5.
fucking hell. Network of mycelium. At the start of this model's activation, a friendly master or henchman within 6 inches draws a card. If a friendly Botch Anomaly is within 6 inches, you may have either this model or the friendly Botch Anomaly take the interact action, ignoring engagements. Card draw.
Nope. And free action.
Yeah, and that. Yep, and this happens with anybody versus happens with specifically Botch Anomaly, follows the same formula we've seen on a bunch of other starters.
Back a card, tear apart, 2, 3, 5, damage track, siphon life, more
Spicy.
mushroom cloud, more spore spurting, so much spurting.
With built-in siphon life on the force
Siphon
bird.
life. Jesus, this actually is going to be kind of hard to take down because I forgot regen 1 as well.
Regen 1, a couple siphon life triggers. He's
And
pretty solid.
A couple
I like him.
dance togethers probably.
Mhm.
That is going to be. How do you take him down in Hitman Hardcore?
That's fair. I
That's-
didn't even think about it
It
from
seems
that
like
angle.
with that few of AP, that's nearly impossible. Anyways,
Big
smell
hits.
the roses. Target a marker or a friendly fungal model. Until the end phase, the area within 3 inches of the target is treated as severe terrain. Friendly models may ignore this terrain. I'm mad because I love the name of this action, and because it specifies fungal, it's not going to show up anywhere else.
That is
I
a
hate
shame.
it. What?
Mhm.
Mad. Okay, so a bit of severe terrain play. It goes along with Botch Anomaly, really, really, really nice. Other than that, he's
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
really hard to kill 7 cost enforcer. Am I missing anything?
Nah, I think he looks solid.
Okay.
He fits whatever this little
Yeah.
theme they've got going on is. I like it. It'll be a fun.
Vickery, I think I know your
For
answer,
sure.
but
I'm gonna pass, but I want him as a friend.
oh, okay.
I want to have a piggyback ride from Oscar.
He's hitting that same place in my head as Archie, where it's like
Yeah.
big child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could just be a bottom.
Oh no, we were
Anyway.
both bottoms.
That's not going to work. Okay, I appreciate that. So you can't just because neither of you will make a move.
Or because it
Nope, no.
Spend all
it
your
gives
time
me
smelling the
he
roses.
gives me child feelings.
Fine, fair. Okay. If that's the feeling that you get, I'm not going to continue the discussion because it's going to make someone uncomfortable. So let's move on. Dapperling, the henchman in the yes, exactly, the starter box in this minion. Fuck. Undead versatile fungal, 4 defense, 5 willpower, 4 move, size 2, demise eternal.
Demise
Eternal on a
what the
4
fuck?
health minion.
It's so
With
funny.
also hard to wound and
I don't-
regen. Also, like, if fucking Oscar was impossible to kill in Henchman Hardcore, these are also impossible to kill. Like, you can't... The only thing you can fucking kill in this keyword in a Henchman Hardcore is the henchman. Jesus.
His Batuamal, yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, that's funny.
From a point of like the idea of mushrooms effectively can't be killed because mushrooms are just going to feed on the rot of dead mushrooms. I like the theme. From the point of view of a 5-stone model with Demise Eternal, Hard to Wound, and Regen 1,
Like, most things...
what the fuck?
are going to require 4 AP to kill it.
Mhm. And you're hoping that in the middle of that you've drained your opponent's hands so they actually die.
Well, no, you kill it once and then you kill it again. It's once per turn on Demise.
Yeah, because you can only demise the shell once.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think of the best way I can think of to help lower the number of attacks needed to take it down is to try and hit it when they're out of cards.
Just figure out how to do 3 damage to it and then let a turn pass. Kill it immediately. And then... Yeah. That's rough, buddy. That's... Revolting Swipe on the back of the card. Nothing exciting. Force... It's stat of 4, so... While it's not dying, it's not doing anything spectacular with its attacks. Or Spore Spurt again.
Or spurts.
Fungal Bloom. Is that? Yeah, that's just them. They're the only one with Fungal Bloom, right?
Yep.
Scoring back up. That's kind of nice. Target marker, another friendly fungal model. Enemy models within 2 inches of the target marker must pass target number at TN12, defense duel, or suffer 2 damage. It's good. Probably gonna be better with like a pyre marker, being able to put out a lot of that. Plus built-in strong wind. Push the target 2 inches away from the model for each tome in this action's final duel total.
4-inch push. That's fun. And creep
And creep. Fuck.
How low they
I
creep.
thought the move was a weakness, but no, it's not.
Baby creeping.
It's still 12 inches and needing a 6 for it's not bad.
I mean, if they're not creeping, they're or if they're creeping, they're not spurting. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That also means if you set them up properly, this is a 5-stone minion that can drop 2 schemes a turn, which is pretty cool.
oh fuck.
Okay.
Oh, he's got a briefcase.
Yeah.
Nice.
So thoughts on this guy? Guys, gals? That
seems annoying to
them's
kill.
Really, really annoying to kill. Like, annoying to kill
Yeah.
in a regular 50 soulstone game, impossible to kill in a Henchman Hardcore.
It's gonna take some doing at the very least.
Well, like, if you were concentrating on killing this thing, then you probably lost, because you're forfeiting at least an entire turn's worth of most of your crew trying to kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, with Creep Along basically popping it out of engagement, is this easily the best Henchman Hardcore of all the starters?
just from survivability, I think
Yeah.
it's high on that list if it's not topping it.
Yeah, I think it's one of the ones that functions the best as far as like for what you're trying to do. And
Okay. And again, I mean, it doesn't balance things around henchman hardcore. I will someday
Right.
take a Bonanza Brawl look at henchman hardcore and see what we can do to spice it up and make it more fair and more fun.
oh yeah,
But it's designed around 50 soulstones. 50 soulstones. It's annoying that you have to chew through probably 8 wounds. Yeah. Okay. We can. Oh, Victoria.
I think I'll pass on the Dapperlings.
Okay.
They're
Meow.
they're not dressed as nicely as Bosch Anomaly, so
ironically,
Mhm.
No, I think the second one's pretty good.
he's got
you like his
he's
name?
got so much going on up top though.
His, like,
yeah.
whole torso is mushroom.
I feel like that would make it difficult.
squishy, not in a good way.
Spongy.
Okay. We can move on to the Ghost Eater. Someone buy this man a pair of shoes.
Nah, he wants to have his tootsies
He
out.
eats ghosts. The end. Read the moving on.
Grippers.
He's dressed like a pirate.
He is kind of dressed like a pirate.
I
Fuck.
Yep.
Pirate for in this year?
man is dressed like a pirate. They
Pockets.
stole the artwork from Through the Breach, which I always enjoy. I enjoy when they do that because, like, aha, I got to see this guy first. Yay me! I'm better than you. However, he is actually like functional than if you started with the Ghost Eater. Is it Ghost Eater?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it's name for name Ghost Eater.
Yeah, I just know like the starting equipment is supposed to play off of like you having spells, but it doesn't give you spells, so it's actually
You don't get a
it
grimoire.
is functionally useless. So don't start with a Ghost Eater and Through the Breach.
Right. Yeah. Make that your second step.
Or you know, like if it's not going to be combat focused, then you can probably get away with it, and then I think you start getting that stuff. Step 1. Yeah, it's Ghost Eater. Okay. My curiosity's been satisfied. Cost 8. Retainer Revenant. So Yanlo and Reva. 5/5 defensive track, 5 moves, size 2. Attuned, this model may use soul stones. Plus empowered friendly models within 5 inches that spend 1 or more soul stones during a duel receive a positive to that duel. Hard to wound, keeping him kind of alive. Excuse me.
Yes.
And in the spirit world, the start of this model's activation may discard a card to summon a ghost light within 3 inches. Final Veil. After another model is killed within 6 inches, this model heals 1. And 8 wounds to cost.
This is already the best model with empowered.
Yes.
We don't talk about those other two guys.
That's a low bar, though. Let's be fair.
Okay. Fucking soul. I feel so bad for the soul bad.
God, that fucking thing.
What is it? All of them have to have some kind of like a gooey energy shit coming off of them. I guess that's the
true.
empower. Well, I guess
That's the
I
empowerment.
guess he's like spaghetti slurping the power. It's not coming out of him. Probably.
Oh my god, is he a girl boss? Is he empowered?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm sorry. Sorry for that one.
Let's see. Back a card. Tear apart, 2, 3, 5 damage trick. When it's treat stat 5 against defense. Exorcism. Target must have a summon upgrade attached. Target is killed. Surprised to see this in Rezzers. Spirit Barrage. Target ignores friendly fire. Target suffers 2, 3, 4 damage track. Noticing this is not terribly fancy on his attacks here. Dismember if he can get off that trigger. And spiritual weakness. Once per turn, kill a ghost light within 3 inches of the target. The target gains
This is the trigger.
this model's choice of burning 4 or injured 2.
What
This
the fuck?
this is where the attuned comes in.
Are you what? What is wrong? What the hell?
Like,
Oh my god.
so for those of you that isn't picturing this, you just have to make sure he's not engaged the thing. Start his activation, discard a card, summon a ghost light within 3 inches of him and 3 inches of the target. Then he burns a soul stone for a mask, which gets him a positive on his 6 stat 6 attack, ignoring friendly fire, dealing to whatever the fuck damage he wants, pulling off the spiritual weakness, trigger, killing the ghost light, and then either putting burning 4 on them, which is 2 damage at the end of the turn, or injured 2, which is just you're dead.
A death sentence.
It's a death sentence.
And just as a note, when he uses the soul stone, he gets a positive to the
Yeah,
duel.
I mentioned that.
Okay,
Yep.
sorry, I missed that.
That's
Fuck.
like even in Reva.
That's a hell of an attack.
Even in Reva, why wouldn't you pick the injured 2?
Yeah.
Maybe if it's like, and if he's last activation, I could see that.
Yeah. Well, and also the first time something gains burning, if it's Reva 2 within range, she can just go, and another damage right now.
Spicy.
Yeah. So that, if it's towards the end of the turn and in range of Reva, that's 5 damage min. Just not all at once.
For getting like the 2, 3, 4 that's still there. Wow.
Yeah. Or again, early in the turn, that injured 2, you just painted a target, it's gonna die. I get that we're killing a throwaway model that you can make here, and it's gotta be positioned correctly, but like, I get high risk, high reward, but
Not sure
This thing can potentially
that's
just
a lot.
death sentence something.
I am not sure where the risk is coming in. It's like, hard to wound being his only real defensive thing is okay, but again, soulstone use. And again,
The risk, I think, is more just the setup is a decent amount of like spacing and placements.
yeah, but also,
Which, yeah, risk isn't quite the right word there, but
okay. Consume essence, friendly only in this model, heals the amount equal to the target's health, and kill the target, ignoring its demise abilities. It's a bonus action, so you're not getting completely fucked by Obey.
Yeah, fair. And the built-in trigger, if he's doing it to a ghost light, he also gets to draw a card.
which is what he discarded
which is
to make the
presumably
ghost
what
light,
he will
so,
be doing, yeah.
yeah.
And
So card cycling. All right.
Instill a youth.
If he needs it.
8-inch range, stat 4, need a 6 to get a go off other model only. Target heals 1, 2, 3. If the target has an attached reliquary upgrade, it heals an additional 1 and may end a condition. Blinding light trigger, target suffers 2 irreducible damage. Summon a ghost light into base contact with the target. So even more ghost lights. Neato.
So I'm noticing something. Half of the things on the back of his card are on Masters. Spirit Barrage is on Karai. It's like her main attack. And Instill Youth is on Yonlo.
I don't like him.
Pretty spicy.
Yeah. And he's in again, especially in those 2 keywords, and I think even more in Yan, like, if you're bringing him, you're giving up something else, because
Pretty
Yan's
tight.
crew is a lot of big pieces, yeah. But yeah, no, he's... It's going to depend on the board and the pool on who needs to die more, him, Yin,
Oh,
or
Lord.
Manos, which is saying something.
I apologize for my complaints. I realize that injure 2 is actually really easy for my keyword. So I'll rescind my complaint. I've got gunsmiths. So as long as I have a decent crow in my hand, or I give them not magical training, soulstone cash, then I'm effectively doing the same thing. Admittedly, that's a little bit more expensive and slightly hard to do, and that he has more shit he can do besides that, but I think it's okay. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think it's like way over the line. It's just like it's gonna surprise some people. Someone's model is just gonna suddenly have injured 2, and it's just gonna get deleted, and they're gonna go like, "Oh, I thought that model was a lot safer," and it wasn't.
Yeah.
But that's just the nature of things.
Yeah, I think
He's cool.
Yeah,
I love the model.
the thing
Model's
on it
great.
again. I think he's I think he's okay.
Yep.
Just remind people that assist is a thing in this game.
Yes.
You definitely want to wipe off
Yes.
that injure too if it's something important. Anyways, Vickery.
Ghost Eater?
Yeah.
Smash.
He got
Agree.
the suck.
Yep. He got the
I don't
suck.
care about the suck.
He only has 2 hands.
You know
though,
what?
so
There's
really let me
there are
down
more
here.
than just you answering this question. Okay, Victoria. This is for
You-
the boys.
you-
Yeah, it's,
You said it immediately following that.
He was
I was
excited.
excited. Exactly. Props. He's pirate. He's a fucking pirate. He's so pirate. Anyways, Ghostlight.
Yeah.
You're not I do not think you're bringing these things without the Ghost Eater, or even hiring them. I guess we can go over the card first. Ghostlight cost 3,
Yeah,
minion
let's
3,
go
retain a
over 'em.
revenant, defense 4, willpower 4, move 4, size 1, consume soul. A model within 3 inches uses or discards soulstone. This model may add 1 soulstone to this crew's soulstone pool. If it does so, kill this model. That's useful. I feel like you're needing the ghost lights for more important things, but
Potentially, it's one of those things where you can kind of recycle your stones and go in that cycle of what the Ghost Eater's doing effectively.
Mhm.
You're probably
Oh.
sacrificing 2 Ghost Eaters for a big slam on it, but you're getting a lot out of those 2 bodies.
I think this is your ghost eater is dead. You need to find some use for.
Yeah.
Incorp is their only defensive tech. They've got 2 wounds. So
Yeah.
Incorp will keep them from a mid to death, which is good, because otherwise I'd feel like they're almost useless, if not for the fact that the Ghost Eater can just summon and use them on the same turn.
Yeah, they're one of those models that's it's not really a model, it's a resource model.
Mhm.
Burning Touch and back the card. Stat 3. But you don't see all that often.
0-inch reach stat 3. Let's go.
Oh, take it back. You see stat 3 on shit like Up We Go.
Sure.
Target suffers 1, 2, 3 damage
Yeah.
and gains burning 1. So that's actually pretty nice. Path of Ashes. The target is in a pyre marker. It suffers a negative flip to resist this action. Target gains burning 2. Really, really useful for Reva. Like, she's can pretty reliably get pyres under people. So this is actually it's pretty nice. Excuse me. And marked by the ancestors, target gains adversary ancestor. When is this when's that happening? I feel like you
If it goes off,
you have to happen to hit them and
Yeah.
have to also happen to have flipped a crow.
yeah. This isn't something you plan
This
for.
is a once in every 20 games kind of thing, I feel like.
Yeah.
Ancestors Light. Target must have an attached reliquary upgrade. Target takes a new guardian action. That's the one where he just throws it to another one.
Yep.
Okay.
And this
Yeah.
is why you might hire one.
Oh, okay.
Because with Yan
Yep.
Lo, 2 specifically, when a model attaches a reliquary upgrade, Yan Lo gets to draw a card. So you've got these guys, you can hire one and have Dingus summon one and just kind of throw these upgrades around. Yan Lo can cycle a bunch of cards effectively.
Yep.
This is where you might spend 3 stones to get at least one sitting around ready to do this for you.
All right. Do we need to ask Victoria, or do we have any other opinions on them? Again, this is the resource model.
Yeah, I think it's part of the Ghost Eater, but might show up, but unlikely to show up on its own.
Does Victoria have an opinion?
I'm passing on the lights.
You can't fuck smoke.
Yeah, pretty much.
You could try.
But while you're hanging out with the Ghost Eater, they can provide mood lighting.
Yes.
That is
their
what's
job.
another spin on the expression blowing smoke up my ass, though?
I mean, sure for the mood lighting, but it's still not smashing the lights. So
Right. No,
Yeah.
I'm just pointing out it's a resource both in the
Yeah.
game and
As
the
with-
bedroom.
yeah.
As with a number of these models, they are an accessory.
Okay, moving on to still more models. Jesus Christ, Kari Zotiko. Why you gotta hit me with members of the MNSU and then not talk about that ever again? Fluff.
Right.
Very, very frustrated. She's just, getting some stuff.
She's in one of the Through the Breach modules.
As a ghost or as a person?
But she was very much more. She was more alive at that
Okay,
point.
fair.
Mm.
Which one? Because I
Yeah.
need that now.
I don't remember. I can hit you up with that at some point.
Please.
But I do not remember off the top of my head.
Really should just go through and buy every single one shot I don't own, but that's going to be like
Yeah, it might have been one of the one
a
shots.
lot of them.
But I'm not sure.
I have all of the Penny Dreadfuls, so I guess I haven't read through every single one of them. Anyways, supplementary income of getting corpses and selling them to rezzers. So she basically invented a Roomba for the Fortune River. It would go around and collect dead bodies for her, and then it decided that sometimes they didn't really have to be fully dead and just extra deaded them, and that got it in trouble. And then obviously once it was in trouble, it was easy to follow back to its owner like a Roomba normally is, and Kari got ganked. So now she's a ghost, a really cool pyro. Like, this is my favorite model in the rezzers just by its appearance.
Yeah, she
looks dope.
pretty cool.
Really fucking cool. Okay, let's go over the card. 8 cost, Henchman, Tormented, and Rami. 5 defense, 5 willpower, 5 move, size 2, the most generic of stat lines, incorporeal. Peer through the fog, this model's actions ignore concealment. That's nice. Torments, Vengeance, and Withering Away. Withering Away, that's nice.
Yeah.
Withering Away enemy models within 3 inches cannot heal. Not a lot of defense here, so I feel like you're not wanting to dive her into the fight, but if she ends up in the fight, she's going to be really useful turning off healing.
Yeah.
Back of cards, Stygian. Oh, health 7, so 1 less than her cost of 8, but you get that fairly often with in-core Vengeance models, I think.
Yeah. That seems reasonable.
Okay.
Plus, she's a henchman, so.
Stone.
Add that on.
Stygian Hook. 1 inch reach, stat 6, defense, resistance. The target is an enemy tormented model. This model adds a mask to the final duel total. Target suffers 2, 3, 4 damage. Way down, target must have an upgrade attached. When resolving, the target suffers +1 damage, and you're coming with me. The mask you could possibly get built in. Push the target up to 3 inches in any direction. Then place this model into base contact with it. I never figured out how to pronounce this name. Someone help here. It's
Charon.
Charon? Okay.
Yeah.
Charon's Toll.
As someone who's played a lot of fucking Hades.
Charon's Toll, which is the actual ferryman that moves people across which river?
The River
Okay.
6.
Which
is where Stygian comes from.
Yay! Charon's Tool. 8 inch range, 6 with a tome built in. Against willpower, target must discard a card and suffer 3/2/0 damage based on the value of the discarded card.
That's fun.
And Mark Soul is the trigger target gains adversary Urami. I get it. That's nice. It's useful.
Yeah. That is a fun. I think that's a very fun action. Like it's mean, but it's fun.
Bonus action, the Silver Whistle.
I'm dead.
8-inch range, needs a 5 of crows to go off. Non-leader only. Tormented or friendly Urami only. So essentially it's got to be one of your friends or someone jacked up put an upgrade on.
Or guilty. Or the next model we'll talk about.
Yeah. If the target is a friendly ferryman, the next model, add the crow, so you won't need to get that suit in there otherwise. They take a general action chosen and controlled by this model. Okay, and it's not non-charge, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Seems good.
Yeah.
For a 5.
Yeah. And then her one and only tactical action, 6-inch range, needs a 7 to go off. Target heals 2 until the end phase. Enemy models treat the area with an aura 3 of the target as concealing, which is nice for the name, Twisting Mist.
Yeah.
That's a big honkin' piece of concealing.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, depending on what you're healing. Heal like an Akiria or something, and suddenly you got
Yeah.
or a Jakuna or something like that.
Still, I think it's a cool action.
Or a ferryman.
Yeah. I think it's a cool action. It's very thematic for her.
Yep. And I think both those crews don't mind a little bit of extra healing.
Oh. Well, I guess he's like one of the most easily dealt with models nowadays, Jackdaw 1. It's still technically 2 extra attacks he can tank if you have the cards for it.
Yeah, and adding concealing to him as well. Not bad.
Okay. Do we have any other thoughts about Kari?
She's got a really interesting kit. I can see a place for both those crews.
Yeah.
I don't know if she comes all the time, but I think she's solid. I like what she's got.
I want her coat.
She has a nice coat.
She has a nice coat. I'm mildly frustrated that she can't throw that hook.
That's fair.
It's true.
It's got a chain. She's supposed to be throwing it. Anyways.
Doesn't have a strong throwing arm.
I guess not. Victoria.
Smash.
Smash or pass.
Smashing
that's
the
actual
ghost parrot
FO.
lady.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yep.
Without a second thought. Okay, our other tormented Orami model, the ferryman.
The boat lady.
It's a lady strapped to a boat. Construct undead. Tormented Orami costs 7, defense 5,
willpower
move
5.
6 because boat, I guess.
Yeah.
The fact that
because boat, I guess.
because she's got like a giant hunk of boat strapped to her doesn't mean that's going to impair her movement at all.
Yeah, it just makes her faster.
Weirdly enough, size 3 probably because of the boat chunk. Armor +1. Armor +1, nice. Depths of Malifaux. Models unaffected by severe and hazardous terrain. Stop giving this out to things, please, Weird. You're gonna make me have to come up with a new fucking strategy.
I mean, to be fair, against Karai and Daw, there's enough incorporeal that like hazardous probably wasn't gonna work anyways in most cases.
Yeah, fair. I mean, I think it hits Jackdaw too, actually.
No, he's incorporeal.
Oh, right.
I think it hits Jack 1 because he's not incorporeal. Oh no, he has Ghost of Malifaux.
Yes,
So he
okay.
has
Yeah.
this. So yeah, never mind.
Monty is the one I was thinking of, sir.
Monty. There you go.
Anyways, Armor 1, Vengeance 2.
2 and Terrifying 10.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck? It's 7
And Torment. but
7
you know.
health.
I hate this thing.
Mhm.
What?
Hit it hard, probably twice.
Feels like this should have been the 8-stone model.
Yeah, I could see that.
With its 2-inch reach, stat 6, 2, 4, 5 damage track.
Yep.
What the fuck? Like, you said hit it hard, hit it twice, but, like, a lot of times hard is probably going to be 4. Which is,
Oh,
it's going...
If I'm, no, even if you're going with severe 6, yeah, shit. Or no, because it is not in corp, just the armor.
Yeah, it's only on the
So yeah,
So yeah, just
but even so,
still
yeah,
though. Oh my
yeah.
god.
Gross. I'm sure like we're the only people that are worried about this or something. I don't know. We're not meta people. We're just trying our best to pretend we are.
People of the two of these models in this box, this is the one people seem excited about. So yeah, I think this is going to be the one that you're going to see the most, and you're going to have to be the most worried about, because like, if you can't deal with that package, avoid it.
Yeah.
If you can.
50 millimeter mono Bledsoe Claws, 2-inch reach, stat 6. I'm not buying 2 inches on this model. I call bullshit, but
She got long arms.
no, she doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm making shit up, Doug.
Feast of Vengeance. After killing a friendly leader, heals 1, 2, 3. That's on a Crow Flay, which everyone loves. Everyone loves Flay. And way down on a Ram, target must have an upgrade attached. When resolved, the target suffers +1 damage. I'm glad none of these were baked in. Gotta work for them at least.
Yeah, that's the saving grace.
Speaking of baked in,
Lost in the Fog, 8-inch range, 5 stats with a Crow baked in against willpower. Action ignores concealment. Target must either gain distracted +2 or this model may move it up to 4 inches. Eerie Fog, a Crow trigger. Until the end phase, enemy models treat the area within 3 inches of this model as concealing terrain. And you're next. Enemy non-guilty only. Attach a black spot upgrade to the target. And Mark of Vengeance for its last thing, because you need more can't heal shit.
Yeah.
What's
With Adversary Urami on a trigger on that.
Let me go look at Black Spot. I forgot to check that out.
It's a tormented upgrade. At the end of the model's activation, one enemy model in its line of sight may move it 4 inches towards it. At the start of that model's upgrade or activation, it may a friendly model within 3 may gain staggered. If it does so, discard this upgrade, and that model gets the upgrade.
Ugh.
And then the model who has it has tormented. So this is one of the tormented upgrades that you can't get rid of until your model dies. Because there's no just straight way to get rid of it. You can only pass it to your other friendlies. It's not the most debilitating, but it is really annoying.
yeah, I'm glad that that's balanced that way of not the most debilitating, because I do think that most Jackdaw players would say, hey, we need like one more of these that just stays out once we get it out.
Okay, thoughts on the Ferryman?
It seems incredibly solid.
Mhm.
This should probably have been the 8-stone model.
Yep.
And Kari probably should have been the 7. But, I have a frame.
We'll see how it pans out. Just lost my. Oh, shit. Honestly, this thing is not bad out of keyword.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it. For 8 stones, I could see bringing the ferryman, honestly.
Move 6 on top of everything else.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You have a move 6 Dips a Maltha model. Like, that already is a good package, and it's a solid beater.
With another 2-inch range on a 50.
Scary.
Yeah.
Scary model.
Wait, what the fuck? Okay, Victoria.
Smash the boat.
I mean, it's really just the prow of a boat.
I
Like,
mean-
it's already been smashed.
I think I'm gonna have to pass.
Seems a little
Yeah.
It's
dangerous.
splintery.
Yeah. Yeah, pass.
Possibly barnacle-y.
Sorry, I'm looking stuff. Like, I thought, oh, who would this be really, really fucking good with? Seamus 2?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's gonna fucking adore this thing, I think. Okay. Yeah. No.
See it.
I'd give the boat a try. What that tummy mouth do? Those definitely don't look.
No,
those
no.
definitely don't look like sharp, jagged pieces.
Its hands are bony too.
We haven't seen the model from the backside yet.
What does that change, Doug?
I don't know. It could be booty back there.
It's a boat.
Could be a pirate ship.
No, but the issue there, Doug, is again, it's already been smashed. The poop deck is not attached.
Ah. Can we talk about Zeke
Yeah,
now?
hang on.
I wanna
Doug, I'm supposed to remind you to stop and restart the recording because we're almost done with Rezzers.
Yeah, we'll do
true.
that now. Stop. Not satisfied with giving them just one big beater enforcer. Rezzers need an extra model.
Well, they needed a replacement for Asura.
I
And a
guess.
gremlin replacement
Did
at that.
they? Were people clamoring for this?
Yeah. We needed to force Rezzer players to play a gremlin.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Yes.
This is my justification, and the only reason I'm not mad that he doesn't have a Bayou keyword. And the fact that we're one of the bigger releases in this book.
Ezekiel, what? You know, I'm going to let you take this because he's on an honorary gremlin, Nate.
Yeah. So again, this is a model I have some familiarity with at this point. So cliff notes on the lore: he was in the story with Somer and Ma raiding the MNSU compound mining facility. And Somer kind of fucked him over, which is why I assume he's no longer in any of the Bayou keywords. He wants nothing to do with Somer. He wants to just stick with the Gotros and not deal with gremlin politics. Other than that time, he resurrected Drumstick. But Ezekiel is a 6-stone enforcer versatile, no keyword. 5551.
Wait, one?
He has
Hold
intuition.
on, he's
size
literally
1.
on the back of another gremlin.
I know. They're breaking their own rules, but we have to live with it. It's fine. He should have Demise. I'm done with this, so all the Rezzer players have to buy.
He really should.
I guess it'd be a Demise. I'm done with this. That someone's a mindless zombie. That'd be fitting. But he doesn't, and he's only size 1.
Demise
so.
unhorsed and
Unhorsed.
Demise, I'm dumb with this.
Anyways, so he has intuition just baked in. That's cool. That's a cool thing that Rezzers can have 3 intuition models in a crew.
Yeah.
He has penetrating stench, which I don't think I've ever had come up. Weirdly, it's Arida coded. He has protected undead, which is incredibly useful. Because there will probably be at least one undead near him at any given time that he can throw an attack to. His only attack is fresh meat. 10 range 10, 5 against willpower. Undead models push towards the 3 towards the target. That's all undead models in line of sight. With a couple triggers: claw to pieces. Target suffers damage equal to the number of mindless zombies engaging it, up to maximum 3 damage. That's fun. Delay trigger on a crow for slow, and resurrect, summon a mindless zombie into base contact with the target on a crow. Enemy. And then he has a bunch of tactical actions: healing energy, stat 6 crow, target number 12, 8-inch range, heal 1, 2, 3. With a debt of gratitude trigger, target must remove a ski marker friendly to its crew from anywhere in play. If it cannot, it suffers 2 damage.
that's weird.
Weirdly sideways ski marker removal. I'm going to heal your model. Remove a ski marker from anywhere on the board, please.
Well, wouldn't you want to target someone that's like at full?
Yeah, or again, even if you're just really need to desperately remove, if they have like 1 ski marker on the board that's gonna you like are sure is gonna score them a point. Like they're going for like an outflank and they have 1 ski marker down. Now remove that. I will heal you to remove that ski marker, and you don't get a choice.
I don't think it'd be a balancing. I would say thematically, story-wise, I feel like you should have to have healed them for it to go up, but I understand the whole balancing meta thingness of it.
Mhm.
Mild fluff complaint here.
That's fair. I mean, it is gremlin to go like, yes, you were at full health, but I healed you. Remove a ski marker. Do it. Following that, he has Zombie Apocalypse, like a Sora Rotten, but infinitely better, because that crow's built in. Stat 4, target number 10, summon a mindless zombie into base contact with this model. Doesn't have the fancy triggers to throw them everywhere, but he doesn't need them. He just needs the crow built in. And he has a bonus action, Protective Spirits, which we've seen before. Pulse 3, Stat 6, target 12. Friendly models within range gain shielded 1. The Tome trigger, choose a friendly mindless zombie in line of sight after resolving. If this action failed, enemy models within 2 of the chosen model must pass a target under 12. Defense duel or suffer 2 damage, then kill the chosen model. Very fun. Very, very thematic, blow up your zombies.
That is so Bayou.
I love Ezekiel.
He's great.
What just a 6-stone corpse generator is what he has a job and he does it well.
Bonus points. Talk about his box a little bit, Nate.
Oh yeah. If you haven't seen the box, which I'm sure you have, he also comes with 5 brand spanking new mindless zombie sculpts that are all horror movie villain themed, and they're wonderful.
And gremlins.
I love him.
Yeah, and they are all gremlin zombies instead of normal stupid human zombies.
So, how upset are you that he's not in Bayou?
I'm not upset that he's not in Bayou. I'm a little upset they didn't give him a Bayou keyword. If they had given him Whiz Bang, I would be happy.
So
oh man, him and Whizbang would be great.
You wish he was like Bash.
Yes.
So
yeah, I wish they had.
Cool. So
I wish they had kind of.
So he's a versatile.
Given us the reverse of Bash.
Yeah. So he's a versatile model in Rezzers, but also he has the December keyword.
Honestly, Raspy would love Ezekiel. Walking corpse markers to eat that could also maybe count as ice pillars.
Wait, hold on.
It's called fast food, my
that's
friend.
actually like really good.
Yeah, he would be insanely good in December. But again, if he was Whizbang, there's 2 reasons I wish he was Whizbang. 1, then you could use Bash to target his corpse markers, which are, would let Bash do their bonus action without, too much effort. So then, Bash would have that extra interplay that he gets with December. And then in Whizbang, we have Alphonse, who is the only model in the game with the toss corpse action that doesn't have easy access to corpse markers.
Oh.
And not that Alphonse needs it, but I want him to have it.
I know of a way to upset you, I think.
Go
We're
ahead.
gonna go. Yeah, we'll give him a keyword, but we'll make it swamp fiend, and therefore you have to acknowledge the right as a Bayou master.
I don't, but I'll play her in Bayou. I'm a hypocrite,
That's
Doug. I know what I
cheating,
am.
and you're a dirty cheater.
I'm a gremlin. I know.
She is in the faction, but we do not grant her the title of master.
Yeah, it's outrageous. It's unfair, but we'll play her anyways.
Think of the younglings, please.
Yeah, the Gups, they're adorable.
Victoria.
Pass. Yeah.
No way. I'm so surprised.
I'd smash Zeke.
Okay. Hi, Wednesday.
Meow.
Meow. Okay, we've got one last big stompy boy, and I love him.
Old Hob.
I've got to run
With
again,
you.
so someone else got to take this again. I'm sorry.
I mean, I've done some thinking about Old Hob. Here's our 10-stone enforcer versatile construct. 5453. He's a big chunky lad. He's an armor 2. He drops a corpse after he suffers damage from an enemy model. Drops it within 6. It's raining corpses. Raining men, I guess. He has What a Lovely Day, so if he's damaged by an enemy model, he gets to push 4 towards them, ignoring other models. And that's not a trigger, so that just happens. And he has Wicked, so if you try to disengage, he can instead damage you. What's he damaging with you with? That would just be his 2-inch reach 6 against defense construction claw. like Old Hoffman, which says 2/4/5 and places you within one of your current position. Has a dismember trigger to drop a corpse and a potion trigger to get better damage. Try to get those 4s and 5s. Hey, look, a model with Hurl Corpse who has easy access to corpse markers. That's pretty cool. With the collision trigger, so after the 2, 3, 4, it will also do the target and enemy models within 1, so for 1 on a ram trigger. Super nice. And possibly having a mindless zombie or just a corpse marker next to you. Temper Tantrum as a tactical action, 4-inch pulse, needs a 5 to go off. Enemy models within range must pass a 14 willpower duel or gain slow.
14.
That's from Candy.
Yep. And that has a sudden strike trigger and territorial, so he increases the range of his actions by +1 and he cannot be moved or buried.
Reach 3 construction claw. Fuck that.
Yep. And Corpse Picker, a pulse of 4, needs a 5 to go off. He removes all corpse or any number of corpse markers within range and heals 1 for each one removed this way. And on a tome, he can drop a scheme marker into base contact with one of the markers removed. Old Hop School. What a cool model.
So much.
I love this big chunky
I wanted a corpse picker for a long time. It was another one of those through the breach ones. I was like, oh, this would be so cool. This would be so cool. This would be so cool. I was expecting him in guild because he's a guild construct, but it makes a lot of sense for him to be.
Yeah, I think it makes sense that Rezzers gets him
I could
as like a name
like
character.
Also I could see him, although this would be like an entire card rewrite, right? Him in Plague.
Yeah,
that was the purpose of the Plague Picker.
Yeah,
it's for picking Plague victims. But anyways, he acute. He's oddly shaped like a 40k model.
Well, he looks like a War Machine model. Like he looks one of the corpse jacks.
Oh yeah, because there's absolutely no way that tiny waist is supporting that weight. But fantasy,
yeah, it's fine.
He built like a mushroom. He seems good. Is there some like secret tech to him? He just seems really good. Like
I think McMorning 2 loves this guy. Or just McMorning in general, just like, oh yes, drop all these corpses. Beautiful. Besides that, I could see, and I was talking to Sean about this the other day, actually, like that 14 willpower duel in Red Chapel, where you can put them on negatives if they're engaged by any of the, Sibyls or any of the models with Scarlet Temptation. Like, you are just gonna get slow. On a negative flip for a willpower 14, you are going to have slow.
Yeah, there's a reason that Temper Tantrum has only been on Candy so far, I think.
Yeah. And Seamus also just likes having extra corpses laying around every once in a while. So I think those are 2 really good spots for him.
And also it's worth saying, like, just the ability to drop an armor 2, and even though still 1 health under cost, still 9 health model into any Rezzer crew where they're not known for their armor.
Except like Transmortis.
Right. Other than Transmortis, like they're not known for their armor. So you now have to start thinking, okay, do I need to bring something that ignores armor or does a lot of ping damage or however you want to bring it down? And you have to consider that for possibly every Rezzer crew.
I don't want to.
Neither do I. But he is adorable.
He's cute.
I really want someone to base him with, like, butterflies floating around because of the bit saying he, like, displays childlike behavior chasing butterflies.
Okay, hear me out.
He's so full of wonder.
Hear me out. Old Hob, Oscar, and Archie Tea Party.
Yes.
That's so cute. All the big lads.
Victoria,
on
opinions
Old
on
Hob?
that? No, not the question, because it mentioned it's childlike, so we're just going to assume giant metal child. No, the idea of an Oscar and Old Hob and
Yes.
Archie Tea Party? Probably
Of
hosted
course.
by
Yeah.
Molly. Let's
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Molly is
Of
Molly
course,
is
and she has
officiating
hats
that
for all of
party.
them.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
the Smash equivalent for this
Absolutely.
character.
My question
You're
is,
smashing the concept of a tea party.
does Old Hob wear a hat on top of his head, or does it go on top of the head of the guy who is stabbed on his
Both.
head?
Both.
Yeah.
Okay,
Different ads.
got it.
You could probably like deck him out with a bunch of mindless zombies.
Oh, that'd be
To cover
cool.
him in so many corpses.
He's a veritable Christmas tree of corpses. I'm glad we didn't have to answer that question because I'd have to bring up pool noodles again. Yeah, we can finally move away from Rezzers. That was only like a billion models.
We did it. It's all right. There's far less in the next faction.
Yeah, which I feel should have been reversed.
Yeah, it seems odd that the newest faction with the least models got the least models.
Scrolling up. Scrolling up.
Scrolling up. I apologize. We should have just started with these guys. Anyways.
It's a hool. A hool. It's a
An-
bat.
It's an after. They even like specify it's a cryptid from Indonesia. Cool. Yet another Through the Breach character. There's so many in this. I'm so happy.
Nice.
They don't mention anything about mites though, so that's
I mean, they do, and it's fluff
and
blurb.
it's fluff blurb because you got to make it Cadmus somehow.
This is a specific a hool that has mites.
I really do not envy the designer that has to come up with Cadmus models. Because, like, it's either got to be, like, super sad or a bit of ham-fisted way of putting them in there.
Yeah.
Anyways. A hool. It's a cryptid from Indonesia that's now in Malifaux for some reason, and it's Cadmus Apex, and it's got a friend from Bloodborne.
Yep.
Cost 7, Enforcer Beast, Defense 6, Willpower 4, Move 6, Size 3, Hard to Kill, Hunting Partners, which is ignored for friendly fire, and models must discard to take a disengage from it. Pack Sickness, once per activation after this model is placed, enemy models within 2 inches must each pass a target number 12 move duel or gain this model's choice of a parasite token or adversary apex. Predatory Instinct, once per activation after targeting an enemy model with an attack action, this model may suffer. Oh yeah, Predatory. I forgot that's the Apex thing. I forgot it was the Apex thing. So not Defense 6 is going to have to do the legwork to keep him alive. Well, no, never mind. He's got this bullshit on the back of his car. Fucking drink blood. Okay, Tear Apart is his main attack action. Its main attack action. When it reaches stat 6 with a ram built in. I wonder what that ram does. Target suffers 2/3/5 damage. Very simple attack. Ram trigger drink blood when dissolving this model heals an amount equal to the damage suffered.
I mean, it'd be worse if it was the Crow, at least from an Apex point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, as long as you're like targeting something that's not got armor, you could very easily top yourself off from a pretty low wound count. And like if you spike up to that severe damage, it's going to just be extremely disheartening as your opponent.
I'm just glad it doesn't have We Are Legion.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
Hold down this model engaged by another friendly model with all inside. The target may take a gun action against the target and ignoring friendly fire.
Cooper loves that.
Yep. And the Pouncing Strike places this model base contact with another enemy model within 5 inches on line of sight. Then take this action again, targeting that enemy model. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, if
remembering the pack sickness, so if you do that place, you trigger that target number 12 move or gain parasite or apex.
Right.
Adversary apex.
I could see sometimes it being in Cadmus still giving out the adversary apex just because it feeds a Hool and Canehurst, but I do not see you taking parasite tokens in an apex group.
Yeah, never. Yeah, you would unless you had some weird janky nonsense.
Unless you're bringing
there's no reason to do parasites.
Another Cadmus model for some reason. Okay. Terrorize, enemy only targets push its move in inches away from this model. Blank Stare, I love Blank Stare. Blank Stare is great. Withered Wings, until the end phase, this model ignores falling damage, and when resolving the walk or charge action, instead of moving normally, this model may place itself completely with an X, where X is equal to this model's move.
It has to activate to gain flight.
What? Why? I feel like the answer is obvious, but I can't think of it. Why?
I think it's because pack sickness.
Yeah.
and potential like obeys and stuff like that, like potential out of activation actions.
Okay.
You have to at least activate this thing so you can trigger that ability.
All right.
That's my best guess.
Yeah, I would agree there. Also, the front of his card is
It's pretty damn
full, and flight takes up a number of lines.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there's only 4. 5 is the max, so you still could do it. It's just going to be his head on the artwork, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think packs. It comes down to pack sickness.
Okay. It's solid 7 stone model.
Yeah, seems all right. I think Cooper
Absolutely.
too really likes having another solid beast to play with.
Victoria. It's not Mothman. It's still a cryptid, though.
Given that it talks about how it psychologically tortures its victims, I'm going to assume a semi-human level of intellect, so smash?
Fair enough.
Yes. Good. Just maybe have him wrap it
I
up
mean,
is all.
yeah.
Yeah. Make sure his head is his flea treatment for the month.
Don't let them
Not
cooch bites.
everyone is
Um,
wrapping it up. Like, I don't...
Absolutely.
It's Malifaux.
Malifaux's just gross.
Even if it wasn't Malifaux,
It's gross. Yeah. No, I gotcha. Okay, moving on. Canehurst is a model. No one knows much about them.
Mysterious.
They are mysterious. Do not.
They have mites.
I do not know if that is just a Cadmus reference. If it's no one's figured out what their gender is, or we're just like, hey, we got this.
It's true. Yeah, that could go either way, really.
I would like some clarity. It's always nice to have some diversity in the game. We got our first gay couple, so let's just keep moving on.
Yeah. It could also be just going with the Bloodborne idea. You can play either man or woman in there.
They're a mysterious stranger.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the card. 555 2-track, the most boringest of tracks. Also cost 7. Is this the first time we've had a paired model where they cost the same?
Avel and Domingo cost the same.
Oh, right. My bad.
Off the top of my head.
Okay,
The gay boys you just mentioned.
evasive. Everyone likes evasive. Everyone forgets evasive. Predatory instinct.
It's useful.
Scent of blood. If this model damages any model in friendly beast, may discard a card to take. Oh, that's Stinky Boy's ability. I'm sure it's on other models, but all you can think about is Paul.
Cooper too has it as well, so it's another instance of that in the crew.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are
Legion.
We are Legion. Everyone likes We Are Legion. Back of card. Sword. 2, 3, 4 damage track. It's so vanilla. Clever Ruse is the trigger. Pushes target 3 inches towards a pit trap marker in its line of sight. Hush being the tone trigger. Once per turn, target must pass target number 13 defensive duel or gain a parasite token. Then custom firearm on the back on his other attack action. 2, 4, 5 damage track. Ensnared. Choose a terrain marker in the area between this model and the target. Push the chosen terrain marker 4 inches towards the target. I wonder if this model has anything to do with terrain markers.
Unlikely.
And then paired hunter. It's built-in crow trigger. Enemy only a friendly Ahul within 6 inches of the target may place into base contact with target.
And I like the format of this being paired hunter parenthesis Ahul. As far as like something they might use again.
Oh yeah. Getting off pack sickness again.
Yep.
Interesting that this is.
Hey, create trap.
Interesting that this isn't once per turn, so you could do it twice just to pump out pack
sickness is once per activation.
Never mind.
That's why it's not once per turn, because you're only going to get to do pack sickness once per activation.
Fine.
All Gucci.
Yeah.
They did it on a Hool's card.
This is why I don't do meta stuff. I'm dumb. Tactical actions, create trap. Oh yeah. Pit trap markers. Neato.
Yep. Or web markers.
Or web markers. It's a built-in trigger. You can do web markers instead.
I guess he's spider, or there's spider person.
Just hiding spiders in the cape.
How do I shot web?
And lost in the hunt, other friendly non-leader apex only until the end phase. Target gains the beast characteristic. I'm assuming that's a Cooper 2 thing.
Hey, Model 9, go.
Yeah,
Become beast.
Cooper 2
Do a
does
murder.
beasty things, so suddenly your robot's a beast. Your whatever is a beast.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Also, I like, again, the Bloodborne theme here of Lost in the Hunt in the game. The whole idea is everybody has taken on too much magic blood and they're going crazy.
Mm-hmm. But also realize it also just pairs with Scent of Blood as well, which I forgot about already.
Yep.
Okay, thoughts? Also like him? Also feels like a decent 7-stone model?
Yeah, it seems really solid. I think you'll definitely see them a lot with Cooper 2. Hard to say from the camera's perspective, but I feel like just a bonus action that creates another lead marker seems good, and a ranged attack, like a good solid 12 range attack. Yeah.
One thing that bothers the hell out of me is the Fluff mentions black eyes, but they're not in the artwork. I'm gonna have to deduct points from weird on this somehow. It just got.
How does that?
I zoomed in on the PDF. It's just a regular
gotcha.
pupa with the white sclera. I would assume by black they mean like fully black, which is what Cadmus models have.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm literally the only person that cares about this. Wait, Victoria. Yeah.
Smash.
Before we move on. I'm gonna
just
agree.
so much smashing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like they
So much
have.
smashing.
It looks
More
like they have
pirate
silver
pants.
hair. Like I have to.
I can be convinced.
Only of a fool.
Like look at those. Look at those boots.
If I've had enough
Look at 'em.
drinks. Those are nice boots. Yeah. No.
And the cape. Come on.
Yeah. They've got the drip. They are drippy.
Oh, good flowy
Yep.
scarf
Right?
too.
Very mysterious. They got that mysterious aura.
They keep the scarf on.
Okay. I feel like most of it's staying on.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we move on. Slipstreamer. The only model for Bygone and EVS. Minion 2. Only cost 6. They look like they just from their appearance, I would have assumed they would cost more, but 6 defense, 4 willpower, 6 move, size 2, all terrain. I forgot how the symbol thing works. Someone smarter than me explain.
That is tradition.
Okay.
So the way it works is in a Bygone crew, you're going to be able to flip those. I think one of them can only flip them once.
I think so, yeah.
And yeah, Tier 1 can flip them like every turn or whatever. Tier 2 can choose once to flip it. So it's going to be a static. You either get one of these type of things or the other. That is tradition. And the other thing, which would be the shield resonator, is going to be on technology. So for EVS, you're only ever going to get one of those because there's no, unless you have some way to flip it, which like by hiring Tiri or something, you're kind of stuck on one of those sides. So you're only going to get one of these symbols effectively.
I don't think that's too bad of a thing because I'm pretty sure you're going to know which one you want.
Yeah. I think in general you're going to have a specific mission.
All terrain is fucking good.
Yeah, they're not too dependent on having one or the other, realistically speaking.
Okay. All-terrain model cannot gain staggered. It's unaffected by severe and hazardous terrain and ignores models in vertical distance while moving. Fucking spicy. Deep discovery and reconfigure your usual EVS stuff. Scars of Shurufei on models shows an activated shield and may add tomes to all its duels. That's the
Bygone
That's
thing.
the Bygone thing. I'm just reminding myself of shit.
Yep.
I own all of this stuff. I just haven't like painted or played it. I played a little bit of EVS. Made my brain hurt. Shield
could do that.
resonator during the start phase, or when a friendly ideal upgrade flips to follow tradition, this model gains shielded +1. Okay, and 6 wounds equal to cost. The only thing keeping them alive is a defense 6.
Yeah, defense 6 is nice, but
really
yeah.
fat. These are like going way back to the very traditional Scheme Runner models. Although a bit pricier than your traditional Scheme Runners. I'm thinking like second ed.
6 isn't bad. Yeah, this is like a mid to low Scheme Runner. We get 2 of them.
Reckless Momentum, range 0-inch, stat 5 against move. After resolving if the action was generated by the charge action, push this model up to 2 inches. Targets suffer 2 to 3 damage. Okay. All terrain will let you push through the model. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. That was my one thing. It's like, that's not that useful unless you can push through it. Which you can if you're on tradition.
And you can always push away, so you can like hit something and then like bounce a different direction to get away from it.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Target suffers 2 through damage. Defensive fighting, when resolving this action's damage flip receives a negative flip, which you'd probably want anyways, because
it's only a 2, 2, 3.
And this model gains the shielded condition with the value equal to the damage the target suffered.
2 shield.
Nice.
Seems useful.
Unless they're reducing it somehow.
Right. But in general.
Strong Winds pushes the target up to 2 inches away from this model for each tome in this action's final duel total to a maximum of 6 inches. So if you got Scars of Sure
Scars and reconfigure, you can get a 4-inch push. Yep. Solid.
Well, yeah. Or I don't think you need reconfigure for that. You could just have a
either way. Yeah.
4-inch push plus the possible 2 inches off your stuff. Lots of movement. Drag under being the other attack engine. Target gain staggered 6-inch attack on willpower. Buried in the sand, remove a ski mark within 1 inch of the target. And tactical action, drag the line, range 4 inches, stat 6. Needs a 6 and a tome. Where are you getting the tome? Oh yeah, Scars of Sharufe. Target
or reconfigure.
Or reconfigure. Yeah, sorry. Target a scheme worker or another friendly model that shares a keyword with this model. Push the model into base contact with the target and push the target up to 4 inches. A little bouncing. Shoving stuff around.
Yep.
And lash together other slipstreamer only. This model and target gain shielded 1. So reason to bring both of them.
It's cute, yeah, that they kind of surf together.
Yeah.
Surfs
also,
up.
Also on a 50 bill.
It's huge. And yet another reason why I feel like you're mostly doing tradition with this.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Unless the board is like not, like not that bad as far as severe and hazardous terrain, like a bunch of blocking, just all terrain, go zoom.
Looking at these guys immediately, the other scheme runner I think of is Ice Dancers. And Ice Dancers cry that these guys exist. From a thematic perspective, I should specify, because these guys do a lot of the same hit and run kind of things that Ice Dancers wish they still did. I'm excited to see these. I know I've heard some EVS people going, I don't know when I hire these because they're my scheme runners that are fast, but that's what I have Beeb and Calypso for.
Yeah.
When I'm wondering how much of that is, again, like playing against expectations. If you are playing into EVS, you know there's going to be armor. So you're bringing ways around armor. Like
what this can fill is the role as if you're going into something that can actually kill Beeb while in Calypso.
Yeah.
You now have an option that isn't, my main scheme runner is my pilot buried inside my mech who can just get killed by Terra's crew.
Yeah.
Hooray.
It's that, or in this GG where you want maybe more
an
scheme
extra
runners
body.
than...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I dig them.
Yeah, I think they're cool. That's it. Victoria.
Smash.
Yen to
Wood.
blue people. Wood.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Indeed.
not even a question.
Athletic
Exactly.
surfer blue people. Let's go.
Oh, no.
They're hot.
Let's go.
Blue alien people. Oh, okay. The other one is. Is he wearing pants? I think so. He's got a belt on. That's it.
Not as far as we know.
He's
Well, then again, that botanist is wearing pants, and we were all disappointed.
he's got like a very very thin cape and no pants.
Like a breechcloth kind of thing.
Oh
maybe.
yeah, he does have like a loincloth.
Yeah, he does. He's got like little. He's got a loincloth and it looks like little shorts, maybe.
He's
Yeah.
got little undies on. Little,
It's okay. I'm here
surf
for the
shorts.
Hoochie Daddy shorts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's go. He's got a Speedo on.
Back muscles for the win. Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. Casey Jones, the model that ended up not being in Vagrant Song. Pretty sure people have heard that explanation a couple of
Yeah.
times by now. It was originally going to be one of the Haints in Vagrant Song, and then not. So, just stealing ideas from their own IP. He is now in Malifaux.
Oh my god, would they do
I
that?
don't know that that's called stealing if it's their own IP.
Okay. I love this guy's backstory. He just blew up in a horrific train explosion accident. And then Yedza showed up and he was like, I'm gonna come back to life. Whoops, I accidentally slurped together with this train, so I've got a fucking engine sticking out of my chest. And Anya's over
Yep.
there like fucking rubbing her hooves together. Like, Mwahaha.
You had a lifelong contract,
you have a
buddy.
lifelong contract. You're definitely not alive now, but I don't care about semantics. You're working for me again.
And he's based on a real guy, isn't
Yes.
he? Yeah. Casey Jones. Spelled normal Casey instead of how they spelled it.
Uh-huh. Okay, let's go over the card. Big boy. Cost 9, defense 5. This is B Seeker Syndicate, by the way. Enforcer Construct, which I assumed he was just going to be a ghost from the picture, but no, he's got corporeality. Right, anyways, 5 defense, 6 willpower, 5 move, size 2. Size 2. Well, fuck me. Why is he size 2?
He's just a guy. He just happens to have a
He
train going
looks
through.
huge. Does he not look huge?
He looks pretty huge, but hang on, I know what it is.
Sovereign?
It's not a regular sized train. It's a theme park train.
Oh, that's so sad. fucking Anya Land.
Okay, it's sovereign. He can be fly.
So
he can be fly with me.
Yeah.
That's why.
Nice.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the. It's even more tragic that it blew up. Armor 1 Chronicle Special Delivery. Once per activation, after another model within 6 inches heals, push a scheme marker within range up to 2 inches towards the healed model. Nice little bit of extra movement, and there's actually a decent chunk of plink healing in Syndicate. So those
all those Glory to Ridley trailers.
yeah, a
triggers.
nice little
Yeah.
notice of, hey, this is how we can combine these two keywords. I really like the meshing they did here. Also, there happens to be there's another Seeker Syndicate model this guy plays really, really well with.
Oh, what I was saying was
Go ahead.
with Anya 1 making scheme markers hazardous, extra hazard pings.
Constant motion, stealing that from Mayfang. Failsafe, friendly Seeker and Syndicate models are unaffected by geode markers. This is the tech here. Within 12 inches, doesn't even need line of sight, just within 12 inches of this model. And ignore them when moving or drawing line of sight to other models. Now you have geode playstyle in at least Syndicate. I'm not sure if I'm not
Yeah. Yenza does some too. Yenza 2 especially.
okay. Price of progress, gotta love it. Everyone knows price of progress. Wounds equal to cost. Really good front of card, back of card. Ghostly Crossbuck. Target suffers 2, 4, 5 damage, ignoring incorporeal, which is a... does that happen as an effect in the game? Just incorporeal? Because it's usually incorporeal or other things.
There's a couple.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not as common, but there is a couple.
This book has added a couple of them, but it's not widespread.
Okay.
Yeah.
Delay or knock side or puncture. Puncture's nice on a 2/4/5. Sadly, no like extra attack situation to use with constant motion, but constant motion is still nice. That's all I have for attack actions. Tactical actions: trouble ahead. Create a height 2 blocking destructible, impassable, hazardous geode marker anywhere within range. Is a lot of words. Rock slide, a mass trigger, lets you just do it again.
Nice.
Yeah. And shifting terrain, push the marker up to 4 inches in any direction. So immediately just yeet it into someone.
Drop and push.
Whippoorwill whistle. 4-inch pulse, stat 7 on a TN12. Choose Seeker or Syndicate. Any models within range must each pass a TN13 willpower duel or gain adversary X, where X is the chosen keyword. Plus Glory of Ridley and Sunstrike. Oh, there it is. Sunstrike.
There's that extra
There's
attack.
extra attack. Sunstrike,
Yep.
Whippoorwill, which
Not
yeah,
bad.
on a bonus action even. So like you don't have a lot of reason not to just try that out. And yeah, I love him. Like
He seems incredibly solid for both keywords.
everyone knows I'm an absolute slut for hazardous gameplay. And basically making it so you can't get punished for implementing it into the game, and an extra way of putting it out there doesn't require healing means I really think you can do a lot with geodes. I'm mostly looking at it from Syndicate since I actually played Syndicate. Yeah. Any of the other thoughts from anyone else? I love him.
Yeah, I think for Seeker, it'll mostly be in Yenza 2, where you do see the geode play.
Yeah.
Because she puts them out, or she makes the more wraiths count as them when she summons them effectively.
Yeah. On like a shockwave, I think.
Yeah, and then you can also summon or bring the surveyors, because they're also Seeker keyword.
Yeah.
So you can kind of do the geode play in either keyword pretty well.
I'm interested to see the render on this guy. Because like
We've seen the render and it gives us no goddamn information. We need to see the fucking model, because you know what the render shows us? It shows us just a straight head-on view. The render literally gives us no new information, and I'm like, what does this fucking model look like?
Yeah,
it's so weird. I was so mad when they put him on the upcoming release pages, and it's just like, why is this the angle you chose? You somehow gave us less information.
So going real back to Syndicate again, the one thing that people might not also remember is that you're also getting the Keens who have actions to push those geodes around. And like
additional
him
more.
and Sovereign and Irina is a pretty solid fighting core now.
Yeah.
And you might as well have Altus at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, it's not going to stand up to the heavy beating crews in there, but you're no longer going to just be worried about Anya 1. You're going to be able to throw a lot of damage at you if you're not prepared for it. Anyways, Victoria.
Also between...
No, I was just going to
ahead.
ask Victoria.
Sorry.
She's getting a train run on her.
Oh, well played.
I'm
love you.
gonna pass on Casey. A literal
He's looking a little
train.
rough.
A
literal train.
it's too much. Like, how far out does that thing go?
That's what
a
I
good
want to
question.
know.
I would love for him to actually like possess all of the power of a locomotive in his frame, and like we're like, oh, she's reinstated his contract so that he's going to be like this murderous trainman, but in fact he's just doing train stuff. Like
doing train
every
stuff.
once in a while into the station pulls this dude who's just like lugging the cars behind him, looking very sad.
Aw.
Yep.
Choo choo.
On the other hand,
Kids are throwing
biggest
rocks at him.
caboose.
I don't think.
Right? We don't even know what his caboose looks like.
Right?
Okay, I get the need for size 2, but also 40 millimeter. He just looks like he's supposed to be a size 3, size 4, 50 mil model. Makes me sad.
Hopefully he's one that just like hangs off the edge a little bit.
Yeah. Wide stance. Okay. Were you gonna say something? Because I got distracted by
Oh,
sex jokes.
I was sideways thinking about like between him, Irina, and the surveyors, you can get a lot of 2-inch melees in Seeker or in Syndicate rather.
Mhm.
I don't know what that like by itself that doesn't do a ton, but that's going to be interesting. There's not too many crews that are just like 2-inch melees all over the place.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Wait one sec. I mean, we keep going. Just okay. So the Chronicle's also going to make the lockdown from Anya 2 a bigger pain in the ass.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
That's where basically everything within 1 inch of a marker she hits with lockdown can't take attacks.
Yep. A roving injunction.
Which also like works with Casey because then he can dance around with all the 2-inch reaches. It's going to be really easy. Your opponent can attack and you can't. Okay, we can move on now.
Yep.
To the Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah, Carnage.
Sexier older brother.
You can all take a nap while Roman talks about these models.
Mr. McJuicy and the hottest man in Mellow.
Mr.
Johnny
McJuicy.
Cursus.
Yeah.
Mr. McJuicy.
Look, Alleyway Echo is such a mundane name. I'm going to call him literally
Kool-Aid
anything
Man.
else.
Alleyway Echo.
You're not going to stop me.
Weird's apparent Christmas gift to me of combining Umbra and Wastrel and giving them both excellent things that they
It's
both
such
wanted.
a cool combination.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
We got 9 stone enforcer, 5562, 9 wounds. We have our being as it is Umbra and not department. It is Born of Shadow, so it has its little 1-inch concealing aura. It has combat finesse, so if you're attacking it with melee, you don't get to cheat. After it kills things, it heals 2 with Eat Your Fill. And Terror of Widdershin's Lane. After he gains the fast condition, he can immediately end that condition to place anywhere within 6 of its current condition on a 50 mil base.
Yeah.
A jumpy lad.
Pretty good.
Also, I just love the Widdershin's Lane reference. Doug, correct me if I'm wrong, but that is the alley that whenever Arthur von Stoker is like looking to get into the library, that's where it shows up. And while they're waiting for the door to appear, he's like looking over his shoulder because it's like things hunt here.
Yes. I know it's been mentioned a couple of times. I
Okay.
think it's also
Yeah,
somewhere
this is
in Through the
apparently
Breach, but I
at
couldn't
least
tell
one
you
of
where.
the things he was concerned about. Back of the card, we have Lash Out, which I believe is a new melee action of 1-inch stat 6 versus defense, 3/3/4, so flat but min 3, which both of the keywords is going to appreciate. We got a cruelty on a mask for once per turn to take it again. We have a crow for dismember, which McCabe's going to appreciate. And reconstitute, so he can remove a friendly shadow marker in base contact to heal to. So I didn't quite finish you off, but somebody gave me a shadow marker, and I'm taking a snack. Ranged attack, claustrophobia. No gun or anything. 6 inches, stat 6 versus willpower. And like all of the things on Umbra that are ranged, this action ignores concealment. Target suffers 2 damage. If the target is in concealing terrain, it gains staggered. Given the amount of movement in an Ivan crew, or movement facing things, that is going to be painful for somebody. Also has an on your heels trigger, which is so fun, and a rip and tear trigger. So, ways to get more attacks for him. Only one tactical action. It is his bonus action. Range 3, no flip. Remove target shadow marker. This model gains fast. So that's how you're giving him fast in an Ivan crew, other than DeWalt. It's also how you're giving him fast if you don't want to give him a lightsaber in McCabe.
Jesus Christ, I forgot about the lightsaber.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
So now we finally have a non-McCabe 2 Min 3 lightsaber carrier who can get up the board nice and fast. That said, other than the concealing and the once you're in melee combat finesse, 5/5 is not going to keep him alive for very long if you're not smart about it.
Yeah, I feel like combat you would rather just make your way around the concealing terrain than deal with combat finesse.
Yeah.
Shoot his ass.
Whereas once you're in melee, that combined with the concealant is going to make him really hard to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
You're dealing with that and friendly fire in most cases.
Yep.
Personally, I will say this was in... The art on here is not what I would expect. But, yeah, no, this is going to be one that I think is going to, for me at least, benefit from a palette change. Because, like, as this is, it's creepy, but it doesn't look like an Umbra. But I think putting it in, like, my Umbra colors of, like, black and purple, this is going to look dope.
Yeah.
It'll be Venom instead of Courage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he'll, of course, have a corgi.
Oh, goopy. Maybe that's not Cooley. Maybe it's Grenadine.
There we go. That'd
Cherry
make it
Jello.
sweet.
Just jiggling all the time. Awesome.
That's what happens when you give him fast. He just jiggles forward 6 inches.
Okay. Victoria, you fucking this monster?
You know what? Yes. Smash. Yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Excellent.
I'm
Nice.
going to assume he can have some tentacliness.
I mean, he
Marquez.
appears.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's
He's
a slime
liquid
monster.
slime something type of monster. He can have
Smash.
whatever you want. Smash. Yeah.
So I do just need to roll back because again, I'm pretty eyes to the ground on a lot of things, and I've heard some rumblings of this thing in 10 Thunders McCabe, where you also hire the Banyang. So you give it a lightsaber to give it fast, it places up to a Banyang, removing the fast, then eats the Banyang to regain
the
fast.
Shadow Self? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the Sunless Self. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so you have an easy, fairly cheap shadow generator for Thunder's McCabe to make this thing mobile and fast, which is moderately terrifying and something to watch for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to point that out.
Thank you.
I had not thought about that. I appreciate you.
Yeah, that's something I've been hearing in the community, and I wanted to make sure that was something we had stated as a be mindful of that. This thing will be very mobile in 10 Thunders.
Yes.
Just be glad it doesn't have made to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Because it is also size 2, which means
Yeah.
Ride With Me works.
Also that. Right, Goopy Jello Man.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They should have given him bulldoze.
Okay. Our next gentleman, distinguished sir.
Yes. Host
Gentleman indeed.
Ducat. Yeah. Our own personal Shadow Man. He is Department of Ungentlemanly Affairs and Wastrel, so he is the human side of things. And Mr. Ducat here is just a collector of cursed items and making
I love
them
this
fight.
man. This man said, "Nah, I'm built different."
Yeah.
I got one cursed object. What if I get 20 and they all fight within my soul?
Yeah, he's doing the John Constantine thing.
I can handle it.
I traded my soul to him for this, and I did it for them to this, and now neither of them can collect, and I can't get cancer and die.
I just assumed it was a Simpsons reference. That was the joke that Mr. Burns, the reason he wasn't dead is because so many deadly diseases were
He
fighting
has all of the diseases.
were fighting over his body, and they couldn't kill him because they're too busy like getting in each other's way. So like
It's so good.
Nice.
So like the wrong breeze, the flapping of a butterfly's wing will suddenly just make Host Cat explode. But for now, he's invincible.
Right?
He's great.
The fucking Hushabye cloak comes off and he just fucking folds.
Yep. The umbrella suddenly eats him. Just
It would actually be like the coolest way for him to die, like canonically, is if someone like lifted all of his curses at once.
Just a
literally all
sheer
that's holding
power
him together.
vacuum.
Yeah, like how they killed Deadpool is like curing his cancer, so his
cancer, yep.
regeneration would just eat him up alive.
Yep,
It'd be so
exactly
like,
that.
my glass bones, I forgot I had those. Crunch and dies.
Fuck, I have to paint him in Deadpool colors, don't I? Shit.
Yep. But yeah, so he's an enforcer. He's living, cost 7, 5552, 7 health, 30 mil base. Forever Doomed, which is the lovely thing that the Hanged have of he treats black jokers as red jokers. Enemy models treat red jokers as black jokers against him.
God.
Yeah. Which, with what he is, his theme, that is
No, yeah,
chef's
very
kiss
good.
perfect. Yeah. He's got Incorporeal. He's got the McCabe wastrel thing of looted supplies. So
Presumably
he can...
incorporeal is from one of his many cursed items.
Yeah. I think, isn't that what the Hushby
Yeah,
cloak
and slowly
does?
like
Oh, yeah, stops making you, like, real.
Yeah.
exactly correct.
Yeah, he's got looted supplies, so if he starts his activation within Aura 1 of a scrap or corpse marker, he can draw a card. And then he's got Ungentlemanly Affairs for those negatives to turn into positives from Concealment, Distracted, and Friendly Fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, nice little kit on the front. On the back, our first attack is he's hitting you with that umbrella with its fangs. Stat 1, or stat 5, 1 inch versus defense. Math is not my strong suit. And apparently neither is reading. He may have any one model within pulse 1 of the target gain distracted 1, such as himself. What for the Ungentlemanly Affairs? Target suffers 2/3/4 damage. On a mask, we have pop in, so we can place anywhere within 3. A little bit of a teleport there. Ram is siphon life, so another way to get min 3 in both of those keywords if you have the ram to shoot for it. And on a tome, useless trinket, once per activation, enemy only. Drop a scrap marker within 2 of the targets, so you can set up for yourself or others to draw cards from looted supplies, which McCabe is going to appreciate, because that gets kind of tricky to do yourself after turn 1.
Or the Borwillets.
Yeah, same idea. We have the patented Derringer, which so many DUA models have. 8 range, 5 versus defense, 2/3/4. Draw out Secrets trigger. So that's nice. More schemes everywhere. Both crews like that. here's the thing that he has that both of them want. His first tactical action, Healing Energy, which needs a 6 to go off, range 8. It's a heal 1, 2, 3, but he has a built-in tome, which gives Lingering Shadows to drop a destructible concealing shadow marker into base contact with the target. More on that in a moment. And on a mask, we have Crazed, where he gains Distracted 1. So, the Lingering Shadow on this one built in is going to help all Ivan players do a thing they've been trying to get a good way to consistently do without hoping you have the right trigger in hand turn 1, or like stretching yourself really weird for activation order, of setting up the anti-luminal bridge from DeWalt. Because the trick with that has always been getting out another one up front without it needing someone who wants to use the bridge to go up there. So now you can do that, which is really cool. And then finally his bonus action, Dark Bargain. So this is other places too. Range 6, needs a 5 to go off, friendly only, target suffers 1 damage, and may then take the interact action. Fun here is Ivan 2 can make him do this out of activation and heal 2.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, we have some healing here for both keywords. We have the Min 3 possible with him, definitely with the Echo, and they are cost 9 and 7. Like, again, to fit both of them in, you are making some big decisions.
He seems like
to
a
fit
bargain at
16.
7, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
him
him.
at 7. Yeah, him at 7, I'm surprised, honestly.
Yeah, he's got a
Um,
lot going on.
Yeah. I think the trade-off there might be, like, he's 7 wounds. That Incorp is only going to go so far.
Sure.
But yeah, if you use him as kind of a skirmisher close enough to do the healing wherever you need him,
Yeah.
I think that's going to be good.
He's staying behind to do healing energy and then, like, sneaking in to grab something or pot him with a Derringer.
Yeah. The one thing I do want to call out, because healing energy and Dark Bargain are tacticals, they don't care about concealment, so you will not be getting positives on those.
Yeah.
To make them go off. Mm-hmm.
I don't know reasonable
other-
target numbers, though.
Yeah, reasonable target numbers. The thing I will point out there is McCabe 1 with the horse will drop all of them by 2.
Yeah, so you only need a 4 and a 3.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, no, that's going to be fun. That said, he's still adding target numbers to crews that have decent number of target numbers, so
Sure.
probably a good thing. Like, I feel like you're dropping either a Huckster if you were taking 2 just as an in case, or you're dropping a Rough Rider because they're the same cost. In Ivan, I don't know. It'll depend on the pool what moves around there. He's another 7 cost where you can kind of go, do I need Ava or him or my brain just lost his face. Shared with Misaki.
Oh, Jen?
Yeah, Jen. Like, they're all 7. You can kind of
Yeah.
hot swap them for whichever one you need. But yeah, I'm very excited for these two. I'm looking forward to this box. Almost as much as I'm looking forward to Brewy's Frogs. Almost.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Smash.
Look at that hat.
Mans.
Yeah,
Mans
absolutely.
is incredibly stylish. Right?
Like, full tux, so goddamn.
Yeah. I think the rule is when you put him on the table, you have to sing I've Got Friends on the Other Side.
Reasonable.
Although, like, I don't know, I might make him cut
Alright.
his nails before.
Yeah, that's fair. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, he's got long nails.
Yeah. Go for the long nails.
Although they look like
Mm.
they're manicured, so maybe? Eh.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on to the Hand of Janus.
It's a Gundam!
Janus.
Big fucking robot.
Big fucking robot. The big fucking hammer. Cost 10. It's the big, scary, versatile model Enforcer construct. Defense 4, 5 willpower, 5 move, size 4, armor 2, and 1 last wound, then cost. Very typical of a big, beefy robot. Just has excess funds built in, which is neat.
Yeah. There's been a lot of those where, like, an ability from one of the upgrades is built in on, like, one of the models in the faction in this book.
Yeah. Which I think is cool. It makes that model that much more attached to the faction theme, I think.
Grit Frantic, half wounds or less, attack actions receive a positive to their duels and damage flips, full fuck. Towering figure, moderate models unaffected by severe and hazardous terrain and can move through other models. Well, fuck.
Yep.
I'm terrified of this thing.
Yeah. Big chunky robot.
It's not, it doesn't get better on the back of the card. Janice's Wrath, which is, I'm assuming, the name of the hammer. Probably. Target suffers 3, 4, 5 damage, 2-inch reach. They just wanted to give it this very fun name of Janice's Wrath. Armor piercing on a tome, mutilate on a crow, and shove aside on a mask. Seeking bolts. What's up?
Just all those triggers. That whole list of triggers is just, oops, all bangers.
That's really fucking good.
Which means we're all destined to flip rams whenever we're swinging with it.
Facts. That is true.
That's exactly what happens with
Three suit triggers.
But I don't remember which one. I don't think he has masks.
Masks, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Sad. Okay. No, he doesn't have tomes. That's his thing. I always flip tomes with him. Masks is where he could, like, move. Seeking bolts. This action ignores concealment. Target suffers 2, 4 blast damage. Plus burst damage on a ram, which gives you an extra blast. Oh, fuck. And stagger, for models damaged by this action, gains staggered. This is also pretty scary. You're obviously going to just fish for that severe, but like a 4.
Yeah, if you can hit that 4 double blast, like,
especially with Grit Frantic helping you there.
Yeah.
She's been yelling at me, so she
and
wants
then
to
field
say
repairs. So we can heal.
Yeah, and it's our only bonus action. So
usually yourself.
It's our only bonus action. So why else would we do anything?
So as mentioned before, the fluff is that it appears to be piloted by someone, but there's teleportation mechanics within it, so we don't know who it is. Who could it possibly be? Because whoever they are, they're also powering it somehow. I enjoy the mystery of that.
I bet it's Janice.
But as a person that likes his bubble cruise, this is Seeking Bolts is fucking terrifying.
Yeah,
that's gonna
just that makes me afraid to ever bring Tony into Explorers. Because also ignoring
that's gonna reach out and hurt someone.
Because it's now also ignoring Conceal. I guess I could bring Captain. I guess it would force me to bring Captain over Howard. That's what I'll have to do.
Why?
Why? Because he reduces range. It's not unsigned.
It's
not
a
gun. Yeah.
No, never mind.
It's 12-inch, not
this
a gun.
This one fucking model has killed my ability to play by master in this. Well, no, Tony's 2s be okay, but still.
Yeah,
no, it's.
I think you have to play Tony too.
It being unsigned means that it's. I don't know. That's too much. That's too fucking much.
Yeah. And they basically needed to make it ignore concealment, or else you would never hire it with Ivan.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
I know.
Probably should have been a gun.
Probably should have
Probably.
Been. Here's the thing that fucking makes me even more terrified. Tiri, the Architect, bonus action, command construct.
Yep.
Stat 7, willpower 14, needs a tome, but if you have that tome, not only does it take action, but before that, it gains focused if you're on technology.
You were going to have that tome because you're going to have whatever. Shielded to do the thing.
Yes. So now you're doing Seeking Bolts with at least a positive on attack and positive on damage. Maybe 2 if it's got the Grint off. I fucking hate this thing.
Yep.
I'm sure it's fine. Because
Yeah,
It's a 10
scary.
stone model.
it's a 10 stone model that
Yeah.
it has some decent synergies, but I feel like Explorers is one of those factions where you need a lot of your in keyword stuff, so that's what I'm hoping it is, but it's still like I don't think ever bringing Tony 2 against it against Explorers now. It's killed them.
This is the Explorer's version of Old Hob of now everybody needs to be thinking, do I need to bring something that gets around armor in some way, shape, or form to every Explorer's crew?
We'll see how it pans out. I could be completely fucking wrong on that, but
being real though, like you do have some good armor piercing options. It's an unknown mistake.
yeah, but that's like at
So you
most
could-
at 12 inches, this thing can hang around the periphery and still fuck me over.
Sure. But if you can get to it, it's defense 4 with 9 moves. You can ignore its armor. It's just gonna fucking fold.
Yep.
But either way, yeah, it's definitely guiding bolt is definitely a thing, or seeking bolt is definitely a thing to be concerned about. Because 4 double blasts is gonna hit someone, gonna hit them hard, and you're gonna be like, oh god, most of my crew is half dead now.
Okay.
Yep.
That's my terrified opinion of this thing. But again, we'll see. Victoria, are you what's your
If it's
thought on
big enough to have a
Gundams?
person piloting, I'm gonna pass. That's too big. That's too big.
I mean, it's size 4.
Now,
It's fucking huge.
here's the following question. Would you pilot it to have a kaiju fight with the Rex?
Yes.
Excellent.
I mean, obviously.
I mean, who
Yeah,
wouldn't?
weird
There's-
people.
I don't want to meet
There's
that person.
any number of giant monsters you could fight in this thing, because it's a fucking
You can fight a boat.
Gundam ass, Jaeger ass, Pacific Rim ass, motherfucking giant robot. Like, it's a mech.
It does almost like this barely fits into Malifaux's deck, which is weird because like just about everything fits into Malifaux. It's too clean, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one to dirty up a bit.
To be dirty. What was I going to say? Oh, yet another reason why they went from height to size in 3rd edition, because it says it's almost 10 feet tall, which would make it height 3 mathematically.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's not. Okay, that's everything. That's everything.
That's all of them.
Yeah, that's everything. We did it. We asked the
covered
Malifaux.
We have covered all of the asses of
We've
Malifaux.
covered
It's true.
all the asses of Malifaux. Let's
Every single ass.
like on real quick, like highlights, lowlights for meta card stuff from you guys. Just give me a couple sentences so we can be like, oh, we've wrapped it up.
It's gonna make you make choices.
It's gonna make you make choice,
Yep.
which is good for the most part. There are some things in here that are worryingly good, where you're like, oh, is this really a choice? I mean, obviously, I have my beef with the Hand of Janus, but I'm not going to actually say it's bad until we get more stuff in.
Yeah.
You know, I think I've made my opinion clear on the MNSU stuff. I'm more just disappointed that what I want from the keyword, I didn't really get any of in the models, but they're still cool and they're fun new toys, so could be worse. Well, what else? Nothing looks stupid broken, so I feel like we could actually like get some stuff that isn't brand new into the errata, so I'm excited for that.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully more buffs than nerfs.
hopefully.
There's a lot of stuff they really knocked it out with all this. Like, everything looks really interesting and very different from what we've seen.
There's no soul batteries.
There's no soul batteries. Like, there's nothing I would consider on that level of that low, and there's nothing that's like so insanely high that it's like always going to be in every crew forever. So yeah, I think solid release schedule we have coming up.
Roman opinions?
I want the frogs. And then
Give Roman the frogs.
Give me the frogs, and then give me some time with them to enjoy life, and then I want the Echo and Ducat, and then I'll be happy.
Okay.
I'm a simple man.
All right, Victoria. Very important question for you. We're not going to ask you. Actually, ask the meta question. Top smash
God,
in the entire book.
Fuck.
That's the point. Yes.
Yep.
You got it. Is it? I mean, other people can throw out theirs. Like I am a solid tie between Irina and Strange Lady.
Oh wow.
Oh wow! Were you not expecting that?
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna say either Ithana or V.
Reasonable.
Good.
Although
good
Host
choices.
is also very high up there.
Yeah, like my one concern with Host is does he still have the glass bones? Because it's going to be a problem if he does. Roman's thinking really fucking hard.
I'm scrolling back through everybody. I haven't looked at them all since we recorded.
To be fair, there are a lot of very smashable models.
It's a very sexy expansion. Why do you think we call it Asses of Malifaux?
It really do be Asses of Malifaux, though.
So, looking over things again, I think I am weirdly surprising myself caught between the Lady Slipstreamer
Mm-hmm.
and Ella May.
Also,
yeah.
Also, both very reasonable choices.
I'm also on the LMA train.
That's Casey Jones, Nate.
Yeah, Ella May has a hunter.
Yeah.
Who is a good boy and deserves pets.
LMA and the Hunter are running a train on me. Get with the program, Doug.
You're gonna have to pull me to that
And
harpoon.
6 arms.
I was like, don't leave 6 arms out of that.
6 arms, 2 grippers.
You can't bring the extra along. That's not how the question works. You could be
I don't
I
care.
will allow 6 arms to be there if he's wielding the camera bots.
Because my second answer was a valid Domingo, so...
If anyone in the game deserves to inherit the duet's ability,
It's
to
Avel and
split
Domingo,
and
yeah,
free
for
for
sure.
It's them. I really wish that was something, but that's so fucking hard to.
Yeah.
You have to completely,
even
remake that whole thing.
even learn how it works. It's pretty fucking difficult. Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's everything from us. It's fairly late, and we're just all meted out. Be prepared for silliness for the next episodes. You're welcome. But I have
At least 2 or 3 episodes of stupid.
been your host, Douglas Scoundrels, and with me have been the lovely 3 other fairly regular scoundrels. We miss you, Eli. Thank you for joining us, Victoria,
Yeah.
Nate, and Roman.
Frogs!
And thank you, listeners, for putting up with us attempting to talk meta. We're sorry. I'm sorry, at least, because I keep forgetting shit. How the game works.
No, that's
Yeah,
a different
we don't
that's a different
apologize
format,
on
Doug. We don't say we're sorry
Scoundrels.
here.
Fucking Friday Night Down does not have a monopoly on
Yes, it does.
apologies. It's not.
Yeah, no, that's Eli.
I'll ask him then. As it stands, I'm still apologizing though. But anyways, as we always say, fun is always king. Enjoy your asses.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, bye.
Good night.
Songs used in this production are Villainous Treachery and 5-Card Shuffle. All music is created by Kevin MacLeod and is licensed under Creative Commons.